start from Jordan Zimmerman last night. 2 more big flies to sweep away the Cubs. Tonight, the national news surrounds the countdown to shutdown. Stephen Strasburg makes his penultimate start, his last in front of a home crowd. Around. Jacob Turner goes against the Nats. In fact, the Nats are his most recent start. And then there's Stephen Strasburg. He'll be taking the mound in just a moment. What does Strasburg have in store for Curly W fans tonight? G Network. AT&T. Rethink possible. On the banks of the Anacostia, beautiful night. Water taxi is pulled up and dropped a whole bunch of people off at Nationals Park. Here we are inside, and it's a gorgeous night for baseball. I think the ball's going to be flying again tonight. It is a little muggy in the district, 59%, 86 degrees. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane Comfort Specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Marlins come to town 61-77. Stephen Strasburg is 4-2 in 8 career starts against him with a 2.38 ERA. And here come the hard-hitting, good defending, and outstanding pitching Washington Nationals. Marlins are 13th in the league in hitting. Brian Peterson is their left fielder leading off. Giancarlo Stanton has hit 10 homers on the road since the All-Star break, but he's going through a bit of a difficult spell right now. He has struck out 16 of his last 29 at-bats, and that's very unusual for him. He's 3 for 11 career against Strasburg, but Reyes, Stanton, and Lee in the middle of this lineup can be tough to deal with, and the Marlins over the years have had their share of success against the Nats. Not necessarily, though, against Steven.
A 28th start of the year for Strasburg, his last home start. Last time out Sunday against the Cards, he was unbelievable. Got the 4-3 win, his 15th of the year. He allowed just 2 hits over 6 scoreless innings. Struck out 9, walked 1 through 97 pitches, 65 for strikes. Let's check out the repertoire for Stephen Strasburg tonight. Fastball, curveball change. 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball. Averaging 95.7 miles an hour. Curveball last time out, as usual, was good. Changeup, filthy. It's time for your Mazda defensive alignment. The outfield from left to right. Morse, Harper, Worth. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side. Espinoza, LaRoche on the right side. Kurt Suzuki doing the catching. Brought to you by your D.C. area Mazda dealers. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. What do you drive?
I know what I drive, a Mazda for a lot of years, and I love it.
What do you bench?
What do you mean? So, it's Brian Gorman behind the plate tonight. He's the crew chief. Another experienced crew here. By the way, Joe Torre's in the ballpark. Brian Gorman is a 21-year veteran. Todd Titchener, Tony Randazzo, and Bob Davidson around the bases. Stephen Strasburg's last outing against the Marlins didn't go too great. 5 innings, they hit him hard. They hit him early in the count. Let's see what he does to mix things up against them a bit tonight. First pitch of the game at 7:07, just a little bit outside. Brian Peterson hitting .215, but he's 4 for his last 8.
We touched on it in the open. His last 3 home starts, 2-0 with a 0.50 ERA. He's allowed just 1 run, struck out 25, walked 3, and a 148 average against last 18 innings here in Nats Park.
And evidently that one low, and it's 3-0 all of a sudden. Peterson doesn't walk a whole lot, 17 times on the year. Nats are looking at a ball club other than Giancarlo Stanton and Jose Reyes, not much better offensively than the one they just played. The Marlins are just behind the Cubs in batting average, just ahead of them in runs. And they're 10th in the league in home runs. Ozzie Guillen's team, 16 games under 500. Strasburg on the corner, 3-2. There's just a different vibe in the ballpark when he pitches. Fans are right into it from the first pitch, and now on 3-2, they want the strikeout. If they can get it, they'll be happy to get the leadoff guy. Braves underway at New York momentarily. Paul Maholm and Jonathan Neese. The Nats are still 7.5 up on Atlanta. Washington trying to win 6 in a row. That's Justin Ruggiano, who is next. And that's way inside, and the Marlins get their leadoff man of the weekend aboard. And Ruggiano homered against Strasburg at Marlins Park a week ago Tuesday. This guy can hack. He's hitting .319 with 13 home runs. Interesting story, blossoming late in his career. At the age of 30, getting playing time in the big leagues for the first time ever on a regular basis.
That last start against Stephen Strasburg on August 28th, Ruggiano had 4 hits.
Yeah, the home run came first in the bottom of the first. He later walked and singled. And then he had a couple of hits later in that game against Craig Stammen, who pitched the last 3 innings of a 9-0 Nats loss. It's been bountiful offense ever since that shutout. And because the Marlins are using a 6-man rotation now, the Nats are facing later Jacob Turner. He hasn't started since he faced the Nats over a week ago. And a 1-0 pitch is a good one on the corner. 95. Ruggiano, 30 years of age, from Austin, Texas, came in a trade with Houston. Zone a little bit tight to start the game, 2-1.
Yeah, every once in a while in a Strasburg start, you see him very early in the game trying to nail down the fastball command, and more times than not, he misses to the glove side. And what that is just trying to find his release point. Sometimes a little too amped up early, and those are overthrows.
Peterson doesn't steal often, but he's effective when he tries. 7 of 8 on the year. Marlins have the most stolen bases in baseball at 132. Of course, they're missing Emilio Bonifacio for an extended period of time. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the count's back even.
I'll lock you in a hurry. Drop that 80-mile-an-hour curveball in there in a 2-1 count for a strike. That might be the difference that I've seen from Steven this year, being able to throw that curveball whenever he wants behind the count for a strike.
Nats have turned 110 double plays on the year. Swing and a miss on another big breaker. That's number 196 for Strasburg in just over 156 innings.
A lot of times as a pitcher, you go to that off speed early, it'll keep you back, slow you down a little bit, and get to your release point on the fastball as well. So it throws one for a strike in a 2-1 count, gets to a 2-2 count, then drops the nasty one in there off a table.
That was a hammer. Here's Jose Reyes, who's on a 6-game hitting streak. And he's in the top 7 in the league with 154 hits, batting at .282.
Let's see if that helps his fastball command, just getting a feel for that curveball early and slowing things down.
Yeah, good call. We'll keep an eye on that. Outfield around to the left just a bit for Reyes, who's one of the best slashers in the game. He'll use the entire field. First pitch is a target outside, and Brian Gorman gives it to him for a strike.
And that start you were talking about in South Florida on August 28th, if you remember early, Strasburg's fastball command all over the place. Velocity was good, but the Marlins were ready to hit. They weren't taking any pitches. A lot of first pitch fastball base hits. You talked about the Ruggiano homer. That's why you're seeing some off speed, a little more off speed early here tonight.
And that, at times, will make that 95 seem even quicker.
And fastball up in the zone, top of the strike zone. It's pretty much a low ball hitter from the left side, can't catch up.
And Steven has been checking Peterson, trying to keep him out of scoring position. Giancarlo Stanton is waiting. And by the way, Reyes 4 for 12 career against Strasburg. 5 for 13. So we'll have a power matchup coming here. A couple of big guys taking each other on with 2 runners aboard.
You have to respect the fastball with 2 strikes. You can't sit on the off speed, and if you do, it's tough to hit. You look at the low fastball, the one before that from Strasburg to Reyes, up in the zone, that one down in the zone. Right on his barrel, first and second, 1 out.
Yeah, he likes it there. Hit number 155 for the always happy and smiling Jose Reyes. I don't think anybody in the National League enjoys playing the game more than he does. Giancarlo Stanton has 58 extra base hits this year, 7th in the league. 30 of them are home runs. Only Ryan Braun and Jay Bruce have hit more. But he's not been making contact. Coming into this series, his last 29 at bats, he has struck out 16 times. A lot of it's been on breaking stuff, off speed stuff.
Let's watch Giancarlo Stanton right here. Watch the knees buckle. I'll tell you, it's a good curveball. See a little buckle right there?
Yeah.
Locked him up.
Target is in. Didn't get in there far enough. That's off Zimmerman's glove. 1 run scores. Reyes coming around, and he's going to be held by the third base coach, Joey Espada. So the Marlins on top as Stanton drives in his 75th, and that's his second career RBI against Steven Strasburg.
The best thing about this play is it's hit on the ground. A low fastball from Strasburg, but if that has any elevation, it's 3-0 Marlins. You can't hit a ground ball any harder than Giancarlo Stanton just did. Zimmerman gave it a good effort. That ball had all kinds of hair all over it, down the corner. Double 1-0 Marlins.
Now Carlos Lee hitting .259 for Miami with 3 homers and 34 RBIs. 58th game for the Marlins. That's high in the air right field. Worth rushing on. Espinosa's over there. Ball is caught, and the throw home, no chance. Reyes scores. The only way the Nats have a chance for the runner at home is if Jason Worth catches that ball. And it was LaRoche and Espinosa dueling for it. 2-0.
Yeah, good point, Carby. The only guy that's going to throw out Reyes is Worth because his momentum's going to the plate. And I think you can hear him calling it. Let's listen. I heard somebody calling it right there, but Adam LaRoche going away from the play. Danny Espinosa probably had the bigger arm of the two. If he catches it, maybe you get Reyes.
You know, first order business, so you got to catch the ball. Yeah. Worry about the runner later, and Adam did do that. Stanton alertly went to third, and the Marlins have 2 runs, and here's Greg Dobbs. And he's a guy who's spent a good part of his career late inning pinch hitting, so he goes up hacking on occasion. So Stanton ends up at third after his RBI. Lee picks up 1, his 64th of the year.
And we give a lot of credit to Jose Reyes for being heads up right there, knowing that the play was going away from him. And with his speed, he can make it on a short fly ball to right field. Nice job.
Going to be a long first inning here. 21 pitches already. Well, Jose Reyes igniting things from the number 3 hole the way he used to with the Mets as a leadoff guy.
It's funny, I still think of him as a leadoff guy. I know he's hitting third for the Marlins. He has been for a while, but maybe they can change an inning like he can with his legs. Doesn't matter where that guy hits. I still think of him as one of the better leadoff hitters in baseball.
Absolutely. Can't tell you how many times in the early years of the Nats he put our pitchers off the stretch to start the game. Great changeup by Strasburg for the strikeout. He gets 2 Ks, but the Marlins get 2 runs on a walk and 2 hits. the yard. See your authorized Dodge dealer. It's a world of performance, design, fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive. Dodge.com. Check out the powerful lineup. And at home, Ryan Zimmerman just a few clicks under 390. Since the break, he's on an 11-game hitting streak, 15 for 48. The entire team is hitting. And let's see how they fare against Jacob Turner second time around. The Nats handled him pretty well in Miami. 6 hits, 5 runs in just 5 innings last week.
And that was last time out on August 29th against the Nats in Miami. He received the 8-4 loss. Gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 home runs over 5 innings. Struck out 6, walked none. Through 80 pitches, 58 for strikes. And the pitches he features right here, fastball, average 91.3 miles an hour, slider, curveball, changeup. Remember last time, Nats hitters did a lot of homework first time up against Jacob Turner. Never faced him before. Second time around the order, they did some serious damage.
Came with catcher Rob Brandley, who he's working with tonight. From the Tigers, along with another pitcher, Brian Flynn, in the Anibal Sanchez Omar Infante deal, July 23rd. Among active pitchers, he has the highest ERA in his first 8 career starts, 7.75. Breaking ball is outside, but he was considered a good prospect in Detroit. He just turned 21 this summer. It's only his 3rd year of professional baseball. Fastball, Worth lays off. 2-1 on a good take. Braves did not score in the first at New York. The Mets have 2 men on with nobody out in the bottom of the first against Paul Maholm.
.420 on base percentage as a leadoff guy.
How about that? And even overall at .400 for the entire season, batting .318.
The last pitch that Jacob Turner threw, the cut fastball at 93, was the pitch that he did some damage first time around the order in Miami. Remember all the broken back comebackers to him, guys trying to figure him out. But he has to be able to show the Nationals he can throw that pitch for a strike.
He retired the first 9 guys before Worth got a base hit, and then Harper hit the homer. And then the Nats got 2 more runs in that 4th inning. Worth gets jammed and fights it off. By the way, Cincinnati playing tonight. They have 2 fewer wins now than the Nats. And our old friend Justin Maxwell hit a home run in the top of the first at Great American Ballpark. Astros lead 2-0. Maxwell's hit 14 for Houston. Good for him. Worth, what a good at bat. Just reaches out, strokes a base hit to right field. And Jason Worth now batting around .320. Since he came off the disabled list, he's sitting over .355.
That might be 3 games in a row where I got to say, there goes the no-hitter and the first Nats batter of the game. I think it was Worth, Bernardino, and Worth. So Larry leadoff does it again, starting this one up on a cut fastball off the end. Perfectly placed, single to right.
Yeah, you had Worth on Tuesday night, Bernardino on Wednesday night. Jason did pop up last night, but Harper quickly tripled to get things going. So you haven't had to wait long lately. Low and inside to Bryce Harper, who had a big game against Turner. 2 for 3, the 2 tape measure home runs, 3 RBIs. That's the game that really got Bryce going. Coming off the Cubs series when he was 6 for 13. Couple of solo homers, on base 8 times.
That was the game after the now famous Davey Johnson team meeting. 8-1 since that meeting.
Might be the most famous speech in this town since the Gettysburg Address.
And the shortest, too.
It didn't take 4 score in a bunch of seconds. Well, there's another ball getting away from a pitcher on a throw by the catcher, but no chance to advance.
This is exactly how the Atlanta Braves won their game yesterday. Right there, only the difference was a runner on third.
Most homers since the 17th of August in our league. Your mission, our commitment. Visit agilitycorp.com, and Bryce Harper right there with all the big guys, and Adam LaRoche is just 1 click off of that list. Harper hits it well to left. It is sending Peterson to the track for a running catch. Great contact by Bryce Harper, 1 out.
So the defense for the Marlins behind Jacob Turner tonight. Peterson, Ruggiano, Stanton in the outfield from left to right. Reyes, Dobbs on the left side. Solano, Lee on the right side. And Rob Brantley doing the catching.
And they like that young catcher. He came over with Turner from the Tigers. His bat has come alive. They've got a young battery they're taking a look at here. Marlins will be an interesting team to watch during the offseason. There's a guy at first base making lots of money, but they're not paying him. It's a strike to Zimmerman. Carlos Lee is being paid $18 million this year by the Astros to play for Miami. Said he wants to come back to the Marlins. They'll have to negotiate something, but they want Logan Morrison, if he's healthy, to play first base next year. He's been out with a myriad of knee problems the last year and a half. That's a good ball player right there. Guy who makes contact. He has a sac fly tonight. Sac fly to the first baseman he has. And a 1-1 instead a check of Worth. Nats are 10th in the league in steals with 87. And they have a good percentage. They've only been caught 29 times all year. Brantley, by the way, the young catcher back there, 0 for 10 against base runners. Zimmerman now has a hitter's count of 2-1. Target is on the inside corner. It's not in far enough. See you later. This game is tied. And that's a 12-game hitting streak for Ryan Zimmerman.
And another tater to add on this homestand. Oh, and Nats do it again last night. The Cubs scored in the first inning on Anthony Rizzo home run, and the Nats answered on Bryce Harper's triple. And the comebacker for an RBI by Ryan Zimmerman, and they do it again tonight. Miami scores 2 in their top half, and the Nats come back with 2 in theirs.
The Nats have tied the Cincinnati Reds now with 160 home runs, second in the league. And for Zimmerman, number 19.
I mean, good teams answer, but I've never seen anything like this. It seems like every time the opponent scores, the Nats have an answer for it. This time in the form of a Ryan Zimmerman home run, his 19th. Wow.
RBI total up to 78. He's now hit 3 homers and driven in 11 during his 12-game streak. 160 home runs for this ball club, 4 short of the team record back in 06. And LaRoche slams one to right. It'll be caught by Stanton at the edge of the track. So the 2 outs have both been line drives carrying to either side of the ballpark and caught at the edge of the warning track. This ball club swinging some kind of bat right now.
Somebody's going to have to order some more baseballs here pretty soon.
4 good at bats to start this game. That'll bring in Michael Morse with 2 outs. Mets did not, by the way, score in that would-be rally, bottom of the first. So the Braves will look at the scoreboard at Citi Field and see Washington has tied things up here. Michael against Turner, 1 for 2 with an RBI the last time they saw each other. Good breaking ball away. Michael had that RBI triple. Remember that thing to straightaway center in Miami? Home run anywhere else. Target in. He misses his spot. 92 cutting away from Michael.
You know, that's okay, swing through strike right there. When you look at that swing from Morse, I mean, that was from the trying to pull the baseball. We've seen a lot of base hits to right from Michael lately. Looks to me like he's trying to drive the ball to left and jump on this home run bandwagon.
Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. That's what amazing. Michael not hitting homers right now, but everybody else is. This was a no-doubter from Ryan Zimmerman. That quickly, this game is tied. 50 career home runs. That was number 147. 2-2 ball game, second inning. Presented by Luna. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241 Luna. Long first inning for Stephen Strasburg. He's got the bottom three here, led off by Donovan Solano.
We were talking about Joe Torre being here today. I walked right up to him, said hello, and said, "Did you see Strasburg in the middle of all that stuff last night? I really think you should review the tape."
Well, Joe was very complimentary. He called Jerry Lane, 24-year veteran umpire, a great voice of reason in this game when things like that come up, and thought his crew did an outstanding job last night. Davey Johnson, Mike Rizzo, all agreed with that.
Well, we mentioned on the air, Jerry Lane, Bill Miller, Mike Estabrook, Larry Vanover did a fantastic job of keeping order in last night's game.
In fact, Davey said today, if and when the Nats decide to share some thoughts with the league on what happened last night, they will certainly mention the great job by the umpiring crew. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Donovan Solano, the younger of the Solano brothers. Donovan's 24. Jonathan just a couple of years older. He's done a good job hitting .289 now in 69 games for the Fish. With Emilio Bonifacio injured, and that's outside, 3-2. Had a base hit with an RBI against Strasburg. Left-handed hitting catcher Rob Brantley is next. Solano jacks one to left. Michael Morse right there to catch a rocket. 3 hitters retired in a row for Strasburg now.
Yeah, well hit ball right here by Donovan Solano. 3-2 count, gets a fastball up in the zone. Pulls his hands in nice. Solid line drive right at Morse in his tracks. Good at bat by Solano.
Rob Brantley, a 23-year-old catcher from San Diego. So 6 more pitches to get that batter out. And that ball is high in the air to right field. Worth going back and watching it. And it is 3-2 Miami. Fans don't catch it. It's a home run. And for Brantley, his second of the year. Another first pitch ambush. Second night in a row, a number 8 hitter with an extra base hit has driven a run in against a Nats starter.
Yeah, we liked Rob Brantley's swing down in South Florida. Short, quick, compact. He had a couple of good at-bats against, I think, Strasburg when he faced him last time. But that one, that's lightning in a bottle right there. And you like the home run trot. Got around there quick, got back in the dugout, head down, didn't show anybody up. Good swing.
Yeah, he was 1 for 3 with a base hit down there against Steven. There's the pitcher, Jacob Turner, 0 for 3 career. On the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Marlins have hit their 121st homer. They are 10th in the league in that category. And Brantley's second career blast. Came into that at bat hitting .261. And our buddy Tommy Hutton, your counterpart with Marlins TV, told us today they're very pleased with the way he's swinging the bat, and they think they've gotten a good couple of young players in that deal with the Tigers. In between hop. Nicely done by Danny Espinosa, who got his entire body behind that ball.
Did you tell Tommy no funny business tonight? I took care of Brantley last night. Or
Brantley?
Yeah. Got Bob Brantley last night, a commercial break. Any funny business between these two teams? I got Tommy Hutton tonight.
Yeah, and I was told by the truck today that our director, Doug Ulacki, warned both trucks not to empty into the tunnel out there tonight if something funny happens. You got to stay in there and stay on your cameras. No camera guys going at each other, nothing like that. But you know what? I would pay to see that. Cruz going at it. Strasburg now for the last 5 batters, top of the order. Brian Peterson. I don't know of a situation where broadcasters from different booths have ever gotten into fights.
You see an anchorman? Come on.
Well, that was more of a set. But I do know where there have been some fights inside the same booth, but not neighboring booths. 2 balls, no strikes. That's on the corner. but it's a long season, right? Things are going to happen from time to time. Some ball clubs are going to be frustrated. Davey said today that anybody who thinks that a 5-run lead in the 5th inning of a game is safe and you shouldn't keep trying to do something to add on, he said that's a loser's attitude.
That's pretty simple. You don't like it, play better. Not a whole lot to add to that.
3-1 pitch right down the middle. Well, Strasburg walks Peterson for the 2nd time. That's a .215 hitter. And Stevens not been able to put him away. So his 2 walks, same batter, and now he faces Justin Ruggiano here in the 2nd. Steven got a hold of his breaking ball and then struck out Ruggiano in the 1st inning for his 1st out of the game.
Huge jump.
Yeah, he had that base stolen. What a pick by Adam LaRoche to keep that ball out of right field. That thing gets behind him. You never know. The runner might score. What a pick. Nats had used it to tie the game. Desmond, Espinosa, and Suzuki. There are tickets still available for the Dierks Bentley post-game concert. Saturday, September 22nd, the Nats will play the Brewers at 1:05 that day. And in the late afternoon, Dierks Bentley will be in the house. Nationals.com/concerts. Ian Desmond, in his last 9 games, is hit safely in 8 of them and has 7 multi-hit games. And he's going to line that one just to the glove of Carlos Lee.
Good at bat so far in this game off Jacob Turner with nothing to show. Harper lined out, LaRoche lined out to right field. Now Desmond to first. Hitting some barrels early in this game.
Espinosa, Suzuki the next 2. And Danny is on an 8-game hitting streak. With the third baseman charging after an offer to pull back the barrel. Espinosa takes a fastball for a strike.
Just smart hitting right there by Danny Espinosa. First pitch out by Desmond. Usually have to take a strike after that to avoid that 3-pitch inning.
In the air to center, Ruggiano cruising back. And he'll catch that ball about 390 feet away. Kurt Suzuki hitting safely 8 of his last 9 games.
And got the party started last night after Bryce Harper tied it with a triple on the Ryan Zimmerman RBI in the first. He comes up, bottom of the second, couple of guys aboard, 1-2 count. It's his 4th home run of the year as a Nat to left field. Everybody fired up in that dugout. He has been so short, compact, right to the baseball. Not a whole lot to his swing other than getting that foot down early and letting it fly, even in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, so he has 8 RBIs in those 9 games I told you about, and 13 batted in 22 games as a National. Good hitting pitcher on deck. Suzuki 0 for 2 against Turner when they faced each other in Florida. Well hit. Reyes picks it. Backhand side. Plants and fires. Perfect play by the shortstop. But the Nats continue to hit the ball hard. Almost every guy so far in a 3-2 game. And dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit Kia.com. So as we continue to track these innings, he's nearing 160. Tommy John surgery just over 2 years ago, 2 years, 4 days ago, and it's a long road back.
And you look at the innings. Last home start, one on the road against the Mets, shut her down. That's that. Kind of done talking about it, to be honest with you. It's going to happen. That's how it's going to be. A lot of attention. I'd like to see some attention to a team that's 33 games over 500 and in first place. Playing so well, doing so many things great. But every time you turn on TV, it's about that.
Jose Reyes, base hit to right first time. Turns over that changeup, 88. Steven hasn't thrown it a lot early, but he could be going to it a lot more here second time around. And he'll do it again. Jose Reyes batting .283 now. 155 hits on the year. Fastball away. Giancarlo Stanton put a dent in the ball first time up on a drive off the glove of Zimmerman.
Just change his name to Large Human next year.
Yeah.
Large first name, Human last name. Yep.
Reyes to left. That'll play for Michael Morse. Backpedaling his way to put out. And 6'5", 248-pound Giancarlo Stanton heading for the plate.
Yeah, first time up in the first inning. Hit a bullet on the ground past Ryan Zimmerman, and the best thing about that is that it was on the ground, because if he had any elevation, might have been home run number 31.
First pitch breaking ball. So Stanton career now 4 for 12 against Strasburg with 2 RBIs. That ball blasted to right center, heading for the scoreboard, and it is gone. And now Stanton is homered against Strasburg, and the Marlins are seeing the right-hander pretty well tonight. They lead 4-2. That's number 31.
97-mile-an-hour fastball the other way. If you ever watch Giancarlo Stanton take batting practice, he almost hits everything to right field. Very rarely pulls a ball, and you see that swing right there. Two-seam fastball coming in on him. Got his hands inside of it, barreled to the ball, and went out the other way like a left-handed pull hitter with pop. That was impressive.
And you saw it on the Nissan pitch track. Get to your local Nissan dealer. Special offers. Nissan, innovation that excites. Log on to choosenissan.com. And by the way, this is the 5th time this year the Marlins have seen Stephen Strasburg. It's got to have something to do with the way they're hitting him right now. I mean, I know it boils down to execution and him making his pitches, but 5 starts against this team this year in the 16 times they've now met. 2-1 to Carlos Lee, who's a big man who makes contact almost all the time. Breaking ball misses, ball 3. So tonight Strasburg gives up 2 of the 15 homers he's given up all year.
Man, if you're Stephen Strasburg right now, you can't get discouraged. Yeah, it's 4-2 Marlins, but if you've watched your offense for the last couple of weeks, you know that if you keep it right there at 4, you have an excellent chance of winning this baseball game.
That's good jammage right there, and Ian Desmond is there. 2 outs.
And especially the way the at-bats have gone so far in this game. A lot of hard outs off Jacob Turner first time around.
Keep it close. He'll face Greg Dobbs now. Last time up, Dobbs was attacking first pitch. We'll see what the Nats call here to start his AB. It'll be a fastball, and he attacks again. 96. By the way, you might be interested to know that the Marlins roster, other than a couple of relievers, has not expanded much at all since they played the Nats before September 1st. Last week, they still only have 4 players on their bench. Gorkis Hernandez, Austin Kearns, the former Nat, Donnie Murphy, and catcher John Buck. Got to be one of the smallest rosters in baseball this week. After they traded away some of their guys, they pretty much called up the guys in July that they would have called up in September.
Might have a few teams in the minor league playoffs as well.
That ball served to left. Slicing. And fair ball. And it gets by Michael Morse. And if a fan doesn't interfere with that, or it bounces up that high, you might have been looking at an inside the park home run. That ball evidently hit right on the chalk line, according to Bob Davidson. Ground rule double, and it could have been a lot more.
If that ball doesn't go in the stands, there's all kinds of problems to follow. And more saying that ball is foul.
Had a lot of spin on it. And Michael turned around concerned that the ball was still in play, but it did bounce up into the seats cleanly.
Let's check it out from this angle. Does it show it?
Looks foul.
Looks really foul.
I don't see any chalk flying.
That's paint down there on the dirt to the foul pole where the grass ends. But yeah.
Now a base hit. Here comes the runner. Here comes Wirth, and he bobbles it. And the Marlins lead 5-2. Donovan Solano with his 18th RBI of the year. And the Marlins have 5 runs on 6 hits already.
We talked about the good at-bats the Nats are having off Jacob Turner. You could say the same thing about the Marlins here early in this game. The first time up, Solano hit a hard line drive to Morrison left. This time goes the other way for an RBI single.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Rob Brantley first pitch swinging. Homered off Strasburg last time. Just when the Nats were hoping that Steven would do what Jordan Zimmerman did last night after an early struggle, settle down. And Zach Duke, who for many years in the big leagues has been a starter, may be getting a long relief role here if Strasburg can't turn things around.
Oh, there it is. That's a great shot, guys. There's the ball mark right there. Did it have any line in it?
There's an interruption there, but that could be from the foot of Michael Morse.
Yeah, that thing to the left is the ball indentation, and if it was fair, it was by a hair.
By the way, looking at Steven Strasburg's log for the year, looks like his shortest outing, 3 innings at Atlanta, June 30th. He's had 2 others of 4 innings. He's in his 3rd inning of work tonight, and he's facing the number 8 hitter.
Yeah, first pitch change up to Brantley this time. He homered on the first pitch fastball his first time.
Off speed again. Well, the Marlins have quieted down this ballpark on a Friday night. They were in the mood for a raucous evening the way the Nats have been hitting and pitching. Offense has been okay so far. Fastball outside, and if this is a pitch around, first base isn't open, but there is an open base, and the pitcher's next, who's had a grand total of 4 major league at-bats.
This is where you really got to bear down if you're Steven Strasburg. The offense is assembled right now and swinging the bat to where a 3-run deficit is not that big a deal. But if it gets any worse, all of a sudden, you might have a tendency as a hitter to do too much. If you keep it right at 3 runs, you're giving your team a chance the way they're swinging the bats.
Yeah, the offense has been so prolific. They haven't had to battle back from any deficits, except for Saturday against St. Louis, and then last night against the Cubs. They've led wire to wire pretty much every other game. So here's Turner, who hit the ball pretty well to Espinosa. First time up, Danny threw him out. He goes up and takes a good hack. He doesn't look like a guy with 4 big league at bats.
You know what I always say about those young pitchers? They're still young enough to remember how to hit.
Yeah. Strasburg came stepping off the back of the mound gingerly. Looks easy from up here, but when you're turning around and then stepping downhill, not an easy throw.
He opened up inside. Usually you spin around to do that pickoff.
That's on the corner inside, 0-2. In New York, the Braves had the bases loaded, but just went out in the top of the third. That game still scoreless. And a comebacker. Strasburg will handle it. Scheduled to lead off the bottom of the third. The Marlins are roughing him up a bit, but it's still very early. At MBUSA.com. You might have noticed as we went to the break, I said Stephen Strasburg scheduled to lead off, bottom of the third, and evidently he will not. For every Nationals walk this year, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield donates $50 to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington, D.C., so 405 walks, over $20,000. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle, says Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield. Corey Brown will bat for Stephen Strasburg here, bottom of the third.
We talked about that last start in South Florida for Stephen Strasburg. The Marlins came out swinging. They were all over his fastball. He went 5 innings that night, gave up 9 hits and 7 runs. 5 of those runs were earned, and tonight, same kind of deal. They were on his heater.
Corey Brown, a power-packed, good offensive season at Syracuse. 285 with 25 homers, number 2 in the International League. 71 RBIs and 83 runs scored on 56 extra base hits. He can also run. He stole 18 bases. Called up Memorial Day when the Nats were in Miami. Chad Tracy went on the DL that day. Had 2 other stints now, including this September call-up. Out of Plant High School in Tampa, and a former Big 12 Freshman of the Year at Oklahoma State. Gets under that one and flies it to center. Justin Ruggiano. So now 6 in a row for Turner.
I believe that leaves Strasburg at 159 1/3 on the year.
It does. So if he has kind of a regular type outing in New York next week, do you bring him back one more time?
I don't think it's out of the question to say if he has another outing in New York next week.
Yeah. Top of the order, Jason Worth, base hit to start the game. Scored 1 out later on a Ryan Zimmerman line drive to left that left the yard. First pitch, changeup that time. Maybe a breaking ball that backed up and stayed inside. Man, that 93 sure looks like a slider. It's got so much cut on it.
And there's a slider at 88, but yeah, to your point, he does have a nasty cutter with a lot of late break.
Good eye by Jason Worth. The Nats need base runners, 3-1.
Percent fastball, 21% off speed, just 34 pitches.
That breaking ball hanging around the middle of the plate a bit. Worth hit it hard, but Dobbs takes care of it. 2 outs now, and Bryce Harper, good at bat. First time tonight he's had some great looks against this pitcher.
And a couple of home runs last time he faced him in Florida. This one just over the fence, and you all remember the second one. Upper tank job halfway up the upper deck. Got a fastball out over the plate. And that was a bomb.
Hit the ball well to the track and left. First time up tonight. Goes that way again. Dobbs to his left. Drops it. Harper's going to beat that. You have one hiccup on a ground ball that guy hits, he's safe.
It was hit hard, too. Let's see how they score this thing. I got that a hit.
Yeah.
A bullet on the ground. Dobbs going far to his left. Not a routine play. Not routine speed of the ball by any means. Good hustle by Harper. And you said it, yeah, you can't bobble anything with the way Bryce runs to first. And I think they gave that an error.
They gave Dobbs an error, his 10th of the year. That might get discussed downstairs. That brings Zimmerman up. Bryce has stolen 13 bases in 18 attempts, but the Nats are down by 3, and you cannot take the bat out of Ryan Zimmerman's hands here.
When guys in the dugout see scoring plays like that, they'll look up to the press box and say, you make that play. And I think that applies right there.
That would have been a thumbs up in this booth.
Yeah, but I don't count. I thumbs up 99.999 times for the hitter.
My percentage is lower than that, but I'm with you on this one. Outside, 2-0. Marlins with their 92nd error of the year. They're 10th in the National League in team defense. That's going to catch the corner. That's a tough, unhittable pitch, really.
Well, it's something you don't want to offer at in a 2-0 count, any way, shape, or form. You're looking in one spot, something you can drive, cutter on the outer half. Looked like a ball, got the call.
Yeah. The guy in his 9th major league start getting a veteran call right there. 2-1. Ryan Gorman gives him that. It'll be a tough night for some right-handed batters. Then he goes off speed to the same location. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zimmerman offers. Did the bat go? Yes, it did, says Todd Titchener down at first base. So Zimmerman had a count of 2-0. Turner comes back to strike him out, and the Nats are gone. So's that bat in the 3rd inning. high-speed internet at Cox.com. Check it out tonight. Check it out this weekend. Strasburg goes just 3 innings, 67 pitches for Steven. Ryan got him back early in the Nats back 2-2 with a home run in the first. Giancarlo Stanton, though, starting a night of pretty good hitting by Miami.
The opposite field job in the third inning. Second half bat, doubled his first time up, and look at this one. And a fastball in the inner half, and we see this a lot with Ryan Zimmerman, getting those hands inside, barrel to the ball, and showing some opposite field pop on a ball on the inner half. Strong man.
29-year-old Zach Duke makes his Nationals debut. 48-74 with a 4.56 ERA in 7 major league seasons, all but one of those with the Pirates, Arizona the other. He was an all-star 3 years ago. 181 games, 166 starts with the Bucks and the Diamondbacks, and he's been performing pretty well all year long down at Syracuse.
A 4-pitch guy, fastball, slider, curveball, change. Fastball in the mid to upper 80s, slider 80, curveball averages 72, changeup in the low 80s.
Midway High School in Hewitt, Texas. He was in Clifton, Texas. 15-5 at Syracuse with a good 3.5 ERA, 91 strikeouts, 33 walks, and a strike. Top of the order is up. Brian Peterson, top of the 4th. Peterson walked twice tonight. Nice on the corner. Duke, by the way, taken in the 20th round by the Pirates 11 years ago. Goes with a breaking ball, gets a little number, picks it up, bare hand, fires, and out on a great reach by LaRoche. First baseman will tell you that's one of the most dangerous plays in baseball for them when they have to reach into a runner.
Yeah, get that glove and get it out as soon as you can. Good play by Zach Duke. You get an idea what kind of athlete he is right here, right out of the gate. Bare hand play. Something on the throw. And a nice job on the back end by Adam LaRoche, getting that glove out of the way.
Wow.
And avoiding injury.
Yeah, Peterson had to get to the foul side of that bag, too. Here's Ruggiano, who's 0 for 2, strikeout. And that really hard ground ball that LaRoche speared on him. Zach Duke won 11 games with the Pirates in 09 when he went to the All-Star game. Pitched 213 innings that year. I was able to greet him with Christina at his locker when he came up the other day. Christina has more.
Yeah, Bobby had a great year in the minor leagues, and as a result, Davey Johnson said he's rewarding him and calling him up to make an impact with this team this season. And Zach talked about this season in the minor leagues, how he's had some success because he's been working with pitching coordinator Spin Williams down there and working on some mechanical things, directional things, and he's felt very good ever since he went through that. And he's just happy that the Nationals believe in him enough to bring him up and have him make an impact on this team this year.
Well, and he was with Spin Williams for a while in Pittsburgh. Then he shows up here and sees Adam LaRoche and Sean Burnett. So he had some buddies on this team, and that always makes a difference when you're in a new organization. So good to see Zach Duke back in the big leagues. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Ruggiano with 1 out here. Top of the 4th inning. Walked him. First walk by Duke. 4th by the Nats tonight. Jose Reyes will bat right-handed. Place a deposit on a full season ticket plan for next year. You'll receive postseason ticket purchase priority for the playoffs this season. Get it going at nationals.com/2013 or call the ticket number and find out more. That deal, by the way, has only 8 days remaining. It expires September 15th. Nice crowd tonight, probably 30,000 or more. Welcoming the Marlins in for the weekend. Day game tomorrow with Ross Detweiler and Mark Burley. And then the Nats will get another dose of Ricky Nolasco on Sunday and throw Edwin Jackson against him. The way Edwin's been throwing, that'll be a really good matchup Sunday afternoon. Then it's on to New York and Atlanta. Jose Reyes from the right side of the plate this year, 269. This is about the only way you can double this guy up is from this side if he hits one right at somebody. He'll pop it up. LaRoche ways to go by the tarp. That is not reachable.
And just didn't have enough airtime underneath it.
Quite a matchup at Citi Field tonight. Fourth inning coming up. The Braves and the Mets still scoreless. They've each had 3 hits. Breaking ball trapped by Suzuki, and now another 3-2 count. Big man waiting for the other guys.
Large human.
Don't write a song about this one. And with the runner moving with 1 out, a swing and a foul tip. Yankees 5 in the 4th at Baltimore tonight. Russell Martin, Steve Pearce homers. They lead 5-0. First place tie in the AL East between those two. Runner holding. Reyes drives it to the gap in left center. That ball will hit at the base of the wall. Ruggiano's going to score easily as the ball bounces by everybody. Harper's throw a little bit offline, or he might have had a shot. And Jose Reyes has his 10th triple of the year, and the Marlins lead 6-2.
Now that ball had some serious backspin, low line drive all the way out to the 377 sign. So Jose Reyes showing some pop from the right side of the plate. Ball hit the bottom of the fence, had a weird hop to it. Everybody where they were supposed to be. Harper hustles over, throws it into Zimmerman, but the speed of Reyes beats it. A triple and another run for the Marlins.
Yeah, it's the same color, FP, but when those walls are padded like that, the padding usually ends about 6 inches above the ground, and if the ball hits that concrete, it can rocket right by somebody who, as you say, is in the proper spot.
Yeah, watch where this ball hits. Below the padding. And what are the odds? If it short hops in there, it sticks. Morse has it, but it hit perfectly. Huge ricochet, and everybody chasing it.
Infield in, ground ball foul by Stanton. And right now, you have 4 infielders and a pitcher probably feeling as uncomfortable as anybody in the major leagues tonight with a glove on their hand.
Yeah, that might be the last guy I want to play infield in against, but you have to stop the bleeding right now.
No balls, 2 strikes. Well, walks have hurt tonight. Strasburg walked Peterson to lead off the game. He scored. 1 out walk by Zach Duke here in the 4th. He has scored. That's 83, low and away on the off-speed pitch, 2-2. Your mission, our commitment. Visit agilitycorp.com. And on the road, most homers in the National League. Stanton has hit his 18th tonight. And of course, we know all about Ike Davis, who's hit a couple of home runs here this year. Adam LaRoche on that list, 15 of his 29. 3-2. Zach Duke has not been able to get Stanton to bite on any of those pitches off the plate.
And every time you take a big league mound, you have a chance to show your manager, general manager, pitching coach that you can be used in a pennant race in valuable innings. So this is a little bit bigger than you would seem for Zach Duke.
Then he goes off speed to strike out Stanton. That is big. You never know when a run saved in the 4th inning might help you in the 8th or the 9th. Now he's got to get Carlos Lee.
Yeah, with a changeup here, 85 miles an hour, I believe, turns it over. Stanton chases. Good pitch. Got him. Good shot right there. The circle changeup grip. Good stop by Suzuki with a runner on third.
Lee, a sac fly. Pop up short right field. And then he popped up to Desmond. Lee has struck out 38 times this year in 460 official at-bats. Not hitting for a whole lot of power at this stage of his career, just 8 home runs. Dangerous guy, though, when you're behind. And he'll lace one out to right center. Ball slicing back to Jason Worth. The damage limited. 6-2 Miami. LaRoche, Michael Morse, and Ian Desmond straight ahead. Teddy in hot pursuit, and Teddy goes Cubs dugout out of frustration and puts Abe into the wall.
Oh. That's a big time concussion right there. I still say, and I'm going to say this until they do it, they all go Bryce Harper in honor of his helmet always coming off, and their heads just all pop off when they go across the finish line at once.
You mean Bryce Harper, who's now 1 for 2 as they just changed that scoring?
Thank you. He just made my night. Thought that was a hit.
Yeah. Dobbs gets an error taken away. I don't think anybody's unhappy about that. Adam LaRoche pulls the ball on the shift right to Donovan Solano, bottom of the 4th underway.
I mean, I think there's some things you have to ask yourself as a scorekeeper. Was it a routine play? Did he hit it, routine speed? And I thought that ball was hit hard, and I thought it was a hit. Yeah. Regardless of who it was or what team, it was a hit.
We had a conversation with an official scorer up here last week, talking about a variety of things. And one of the things the official scorer will do, he'll look at a replay a couple of times if one of the clubs comes and says, hey, and they try to do it courteously and professionally. We'd like to reconsider that call. And I had never heard this before. He'll look at the media relations guy from whatever ball club and says, okay, tell me what it is that you need me to see on this replay. And with that in mind, I'll take another look at it. And I had never heard that before. And maybe the guy says, this ball was hit hard. It is not a routine play. It's off to his left. And that's why I'm appealing. So if the scorer now has something to look for, he'll look at it, change the call, and that's what they did. But there's a way to handle these things, and the Nats and tonight's official score handled it properly, and I think they got it right.
I just think you go with your gut instinct and don't overthink it.
I totally agree with that aspect as well.
Yeah. Watch 8 replays and get 15 guys' feedback. Just go with your gut instinct. Make a call. I mean, because you and I have talked to official scorers, and I can't believe how much goes into the simple thought process of hit or error. Just look at it and say, is it a hit or is it an error, and put it up there.
Yeah.
We had somebody explain it to us, and it sounded like he was ready to launch the space shuttle on a simple ground ball to third.
Great range by Donovan Solano to go back and grab that little liner by Michael Morse. A lot of times the fielder will get fooled by the speed or lack thereof. Played it perfectly.
And Solano's had a nice night so far. A couple of hits at the plate, and this play right here. Over the shoulder, reaching up. Nice play.
Ian Desmond with 2 outs and the bases empty. He rifles one up the middle. It looked like it hit the side of the mound. Deflects right to Solano. And the Nats go 1-2-3, and the Miami Marlins have all the momentum in the first 4 innings of this one. Here's our next 5. And as we mentioned, Mark Buehrle takes Ross Detweiler, Edwin Jackson, and Ricky Nolasco Sunday. Then it's on to New York for 3 night games all Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then the Nats will have a day off Thursday before they open up that important 3-game series 1 week from tonight in Atlanta.
Game's on at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Mark Buehrle. Tune in at 1:15. You might miss the game.
He's fast. Mark Buehrle's at 174 innings. And he's a guy who pitches 200 innings every year. And with a 6-man rotation, if he has one short outing between now and the end of September, he may not keep his streak alive. Mark Buehrle has pitched 200 innings every year since 2001. 205 last season for the White Sox. Spent his entire career there before signing with the Marlins as a free agent back in December. It's a foul ball off the foot of Greg Dobbs.
I don't know if that would concern me so much as a pitcher unless I had an incentive clause in my contract to reach.
Yeah. And that was brought up to me by a broadcaster, not any member of the playing staff. But it is and there's Mark. Left-hander, durable, good career ERA. His career earned run average is 3.82. And that's saying something for making 392 starts with 28 career complete games. Just don't see many guys who put numbers like that up anymore. Greg Dobbs is 1 for 2 with a double right off the left field line. He tries to pepper it again. It was a long 4th inning for Zach Duke with the walk and the triple. That's at least his 4th 3-2 count.
And his job is to go as many innings as he can in this game and save the bullpen.
Yeah, he's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 5th. See how Davey plays it. The way the Nats have been so far ahead in some of the games this week, bullpen is pretty fresh. Gorzelani and Garcia last night. Only Stammen on Wednesday. Garcia, Gorzelani, Matthews, Gonzalez the night before, and then of course Stored and Clippard in the 8th and 9th innings of that 2-1 game on Monday. Now Greg Dobbs has 2 hits. His batting average is going to be up at 300 or above. Discover Kia's full lineup of high quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. Why wouldn't Donovan Solano, Jonathan's younger brother, be swinging early?
Well, you just go 2 pitch outs and then go to work.
Base hit the other way for an RBI last time after the Dobbs double. Back to the pitcher. Should be 2. Desmond drops it. And that was not in the act of transferring the ball. Ian just had it fall out of his glove. It'll be a 1-6.
Well, it had to be on the act of transferring the ball or they wouldn't have called him out.
Well, I mean, he recovered and touched the bag, but I think he just dropped it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he had the right hand yet.
Carp, those low feeds as a shortstop going across and you're going right into a guy sliding are not fun for any middle infielder.
Yep.
You reach down there right into where the slide is coming, and right there's a pretty dangerous spot to be reaching for a ball with a big league base runner trying to break up a double play.
I mean, you are completely exposed when that happens. Rob Brantley, the catcher, home run and a walk.
And a lot of times as a shortstop, when you're taking that feed, you're getting some of the pitcher's best movement because they'll throw you a sinker. It's almost like you're the catcher all of a sudden on the other side, and they'll throw you something nasty.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to avoid a runner and get another guy out.
Yeah.
Tough play. That's why shortstops are so athletic. Ian Desmond's made fewer errors this year than Jose Reyes has. He's made a lot fewer errors than Starlin Castro, who was just here. And Kurt Suzuki had no chance at all, as Donovan Solano totally stole that base on Zach Duke.
Yeah, first move all the way. And watch, as soon as he picks up his foot, he's going. Nice job right there, reading Zach Duke. Going first move and stealing that base easy. 6 stolen base of the season for Solano.
Without being caught. Marlins 133, and with a 4-run lead, they're taking it at the Nats here. And now Washington has walked 5 Miami hitters tonight. Strasburg 3 and Duke 2. And Zach Duke, of course, is not a power guy. He's got to throw strikes. Great chance now for Turner, up by 4 runs, to bunt a couple of runners ahead here. This goes back a little bit to that situation last night. Let's say the Marlins were up by 5 runs here. I don't think anybody would have a problem with them in the 5th inning bunting to try to get 2 more runs.
Not the way the Nationals have been swinging the bats. Not at all.
Yeah. That's part of Davies' problem with what happened last night. Jamie Quirk screaming from the dugout for a couple of innings, and everybody losing their minds when Worth swung at a 3-0 pitch. And now there's no chance to throw out anybody as Zach Duke completely ignores base runners. Solano to third, Brantley to second. That's as good as the sacrifice. Now the pitcher can swing away.
As good as Solano's jump was on first base, this is even better at second base. Watch this. As soon as Zach Duke turns his head and goes to home, he takes off. Suzuki has no throw on the front end, no throw on the back end. And just like that, that's as good as a sacrifice bunt. Now Turner has a chance to drive some runs in.
0 for 2 tonight with a couple of ground balls. Infield, of course, in. And the 0-2 pitch is bunted. Safety squeeze. Nobody's going to score. Duke's going to throw to LaRoche on the 1-3. So that ball not put in a position anywhere on the ground where Solano could even think about scoring.
See, that's one where I would let my pitcher swing away. You're up by 4 runs.
Yeah.
It's 2 strikes. He's shown that he can swing the bat tonight. Got a pretty good athletic swing. What do you have to lose right there? It's not like he's going to ground into a double play and end the inning because you got runners on second and third. I would think you'd swing away right there up by 4 runs.
He and Ozzie had a word as he went by. Did he do that on his own, maybe? I have a hard time believing a rookie pitcher would. But I'm with you. Swing away. You might make it 7-2 or 8-2 if you get lucky.
I would imagine Ozzie has a word for everybody that comes back to the dugout.
Yeah, probably about the location of that bunt right back to the pitcher. That ball pulled. LaRoche will back up and take it. He will retire Brian Peterson. So finally, it's a 0 on the board with the Marlins batting.
That could be a big play in this game.
Hope so. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nats trying to come back from 4 down. That's not impossible by any means the way this club has been swinging the bats. So wherever you go when you leave the D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia area, take the Nats with you on MLB.tv. Every out-of-market game live online on your favorite connected device in HD quality. Visit Nationals.com for more details and to order. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Bottom 3 in the order in the bottom of the 5th inning. A phone call just went to the Nats bullpen, and it might have said, as soon as we get a base runner, here's who I want you to warm up. Right now, nobody warming for the Nats. They have plenty of position players, plenty of bullpen guys. But Jim Lett did receive a phone call, and they might be waiting for somebody to get on to fire up their bullpen and hit for Zach Duke. That ball pulled, and it's foul off the bat of Danny Espinosa, who flied to center first time.
Duke is a starting pitcher with the Pirates, so if you get a couple guys on, you could still keep them on to bunt.
Yeah. So if they get nobody on, he might hit and then stay in the pitch some more. They get one guy on, maybe hit for him, and then we'll see. We will be happy to see what happens with two guys on. A bunch of left-handed bats on that bench. Bernardina, Tracy, Lombardozzi. And I'm sure Davey would like to save Chad Tracy for as late in the ball game as he can. Braves, by the way, have a run at New York. Jason Hayward hit his 25th homer of the year in the 4th. And it's 1-0 Atlanta now. Top 5. They're going to strike out Espinosa on that pitch under his hands. Third strikeout by Jacob Turner.
That front hip sinker by Turner starts it right at Danny Espinosa, brings it back. Good pitch. Kind of the opposite tonight with the Nats and Jacob Turner. Remember Miami, first time around they scuffled. Then they got him tonight, got him the first time around, and then he's kind of locking it in with a 4-run lead.
12 of 13 retired since the Zimmerman homer, and the only blemish is the Harper infield base hit. Zach Duke is out on deck with Suzuki hitting here. He can swing it. He's a 176 career batter with a couple of home runs and 23 RBIs. On the corner, 1-1. Jacob Turner, just 21 years of age. Had a birthday at the end of May. Grew up not far from where Ross Detweiler did, St. Charles, Missouri. And a 2-1 pitch. Pulled to the left side, tricky hop. Dobbs on the charge. He found the ball, or it found him. Well done, 2 outs. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Greensboro making it tough on Hagerstown. Game 2, they won the first game, and they're ahead of the Suns now, 6-4 fifth inning. And in the single A short season New York Penn League, the Auburn Doubledays, the Nats affiliate, trailing Tri-City. Zach Duke hit 300 with the Diamondbacks last year. He was 6 for 20 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs.
A good swing right there.
Turner will bounce that 0-2 pitch, and the rookie catcher, his buddy from the Detroit organization, now both Marlins, Rob Brantley, bouncing out to block it. That'll show that pitcher that his buddy's into the game with him. Right back to Turner. He's getting his evens against the Nats lineup tonight. 5 pretty solid innings, 2 runs on just 3 hits. Gorgeous night, but it belongs to Miami at the moment.
the Nationals 6-2. And one thing about this Nationals team is whether they're up by 5 like last night or down by 4 like tonight, you're going to get the same effort throughout the entire game from this team. They learned a long time ago that no lead is safe back in that game against the Braves when they're up 9-0 and end up losing the game. And that was a consensus last night in the clubhouse. Just like Davey Johnson said, we're not letting up. Adam LaRoche said by no means is a 5-run lead a blowout. We're going to keep grinding, and if they don't like it, tough. We're going to keep at it. And I talked to bench coach Randy Knorr briefly about it, and he said, you know, when you let up and you change the way you're coaching mid-game, it puts everybody in a bad position. And if guys shut it down and anything could happen and they got to make a comeback, it's hard to crank them back up. So these guys like to keep it going strong the entire game.
A lot of baseball left tonight. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros.
Well, that's what happened in that Braves game, Carp, right? 9-0 lead. The Braves started to come back, and it's hard to crank it back up once you lose the momentum.
Yep.
And when you're in a pennant race in September, it's not about making friends. It's not about if you hurt somebody's feelings or not. It's about playing good baseball and winning a baseball game. That's simple.
And we were on the field during batting practice tonight talking about last night's scenario with Worth swinging at that pitch up by 5 runs. Joe Torre said, I have no problem with that. He said, you're standing next to a manager who once lost an 11-0 lead in the 5th inning. He said, you can't have too many runs. So I think everybody around baseball had no problem with what the Nats did in that particular situation last night. This game just changes on a dime whenever it wants. Ruggiano, Reyes, and Stanton here. 3rd inning of work for Zach Duke, who's given a run on 2 hits so far. He walked Ruggiano 2 innings ago, who then scored on the Jose Reyes triple. Duke twice a double-figure winner. 10 wins for the Pirates in 06, 11 for the Bucks in 09. 3 and 4 in just 9 starts, 21 appearances for the D-backs last year. And a ball lifted to right. Nice off speed, 83. Fading away from the right-handed batter for a routine fly ball. Marlins box score busy tonight. Giancarlo Stanton's going to be in the middle of everything. Jose Reyes, an RBI triple in the 4th inning out of that number 3 spot. But they also have an RBI from their 7-hitter Solano and their number 8 man Rob Brantley with that 2nd inning home run. They're painting the town orange tonight, trimmed in black. Marlins a myriad of colors in their new scheme.
They could go to the paint store blindfolded and paint the town whatever color they want. Just grab a can and it'll work. What else you got in there?
Well, you know, Jeffrey Loria, their owner, he is a big art collector.
Yeah.
And he's got colorful uniforms there. He's got the stunning home run display in left center. I'm stunned every time I see it.
We'd love to thank him personally for about 5 innings of good material this year.
The Pinocchio Dolphins.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Marlins. That's a high strike off speed. 2-2 to Jose Reyes. Two and a ground ball. Desmond will have to charge and be ready to fire. Reyes can fly even from that side. And now Zach Duke settling in here. Tomorrow is Ryan Zimmerman bobblehead day. First 15,000 fans receive the Zimmerman bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. You must enter through the center field gates to receive your promotional item. Go to nationals.com/tickets. Some restrictions apply. Great changeup to start off the free swinging Stanton, who Duke struck out last time on a full count with Reyes standing on 3rd base and fewer than 2 outs. Look out, look out. Courageous man taking that one on the hands.
Probably go back to that changeup right here in an 0-2 count.
That's what he did. And he might throw him another one or two. As long as you got the arm motion going.
Fastball in.
Breaks his bat, and Stanton, look at Ian Desmond! A perfect landing after flying through the air. What's better, the catch or the landing?
The bat of Giancarlo Stanton. Look at the range by Desmond in the landing. He just outran that baseball and give him 10 points for the landing. That's a perfect 10. And get that arm out. You don't want to roll any risks.
Yeah. That is so beautiful.
Zach Duke is digging it, and I don't know if Giancarlo Stanton was digging it. They crossed paths as he came off the field. I'll give you a good look at how far Desmond had to go. Zim looking over his shoulder saying, wow. Throw it up in the stands and running off the field. Giancarlo Stanton to Ian Desmond. Come on, man. You got to let that drop.
Top of the order. Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman. There they go. High in the air, right field, and drifting for it, Stanton. And Jason Worth, 1 for 3 tonight. The Nats have one infield hit since the first inning against Jacob Turner.
An infield hit that was originally ruled an error.
Yep, and here comes the man who hit it, Bryce Harper, who is now 7 for his last 15. Bryce on base 9 times in his last 5 games. Well, this is the part of the order that can put some things together. Dobbs plays even with a bag at third. And Bryce looks at 2 of them. Turner has not walked a batter tonight. Pitching to contact, he struck out just 3 of the 16 outs he's registered. Working quickly, and Harper hits it right at Carlos Lee. 2 outs.
Turner hasn't allowed a walk in his last 3 starts.
Well, open the top of the box and you don't have to look any deeper. Everything's right under the lid. The Worth base hit in the first, 1 out later. The Zimmerman home run is 19th. That's we're back even. And then the Harper base hit in the third. Left-hander Dan Jennings, right-hander Carlos Zambrano. Is he getting close to a pitch limit? This will be his 70th. Most pitches he's thrown, 80 in each of his 2 starts at Arizona and then against the Nats. But as we mentioned, he hasn't pitched in 9 days. Working too quickly for Ryan, and he got time from Brian Gorman. Can't let a pitcher just go bang, bang, bang and put an end to an inning without disrupting him a little bit. Thus he misses, and it's 2-0.
4-run lead, 2-0 count, 2 outs. Let's see if he goes challenge fastball right here to a guy that already has a homer.
He doesn't. He goes breaking ball. Ryan hits it deep to right, and it is up against the wall. It gets away from Stanton. Zimmerman going to third. A strong throw over there, way offline. And Ryan Zimmerman has his first triple of the year.
So he decides to go off speed, leaves it up in the zone. Zimmerman all systems going a 2-0 count and drives it the other way. If that ball was just a little bit to the right, did it have enough distance for a homer? Maybe. But Stanton gets too close to the wall. The ball ricochets back, and that allows Zimmerman to get his first triple of the season. Another good swing from Ryan.
15th triple of his career. Adam LaRoche now a chance to get things a little bit closer here. Nats are down by 4. Full windup for Turner, and he misses low and inside. So Ryan Zimmerman, 7 total bases on 2 swings tonight. Turner had retired 9 in a row. That gets the crowd alive. And Adam takes a fastball near the outside corner, 2-1. Outside.
This crowd is so locked and loaded and ready to cheer. If the Nats can get this crowd into this game any way, shape, or form, they got a chance. You know, they've been waiting for something to cheer for all night long. You got a good crowd on hand. Get him into the game.
LaRoche is aboard. Michael Morse will walk to the plate, and suddenly the tying runs in the on-deck circle. Randy St. Clair, the former Nats pitching coach, on his way to the mound.
Boy, I think as Jacob Turner learns as he pitches longer in the big league level, when you have a 4-run lead, stay aggressive. You know, you got a 2-0 count to Ryan Zimmerman. So what if he hits a home run? He hangs an off-speed pitch in a 2-0 count, and all of a sudden the door's open for the Beast to get his team right back into this game by not staying aggressive on the mound with a 4-run lead. And maybe that's what Randy St. Clair is telling him, but the damage is done if Morse gets a pitch right here.
Michael has struck out on a breaking ball in the dirt, lined out on that good running play by Donovan Solano. And if the Nats score here, maybe credit Ian Desmond with a little bit of a momentum shift on that defensive play. He's on deck. Runners at the corners and 2 outs.
Yeah, good call, Carp. Sometimes a defensive play can wake a lot of people up and turn the momentum on your side.
Michael's driven in 47. Up and away. Maybe as he approaches 80 pitches, Turner experiences a big drop-off, and that's why the Marlins have had that bullpen working. He's 2 pitches shy of that. There's that cutter. 1-1.
The pitch from Turner to Morse that's worked the best tonight has been his curveball. Struck him out first time with that.
Well, let's see what he uses to try to get ahead here. There's a good take on the breaking ball. 2-1. Sounds like a college crowd right now.
Yeah, young pitcher on the road. This crowd gets into it. He could start feeling it out there.
And Morse drives one to center, but right there is Ruggiano. And the Nats will strand a couple in the 6th. They've left only 3 runners tonight. Haven't had too many. 13 out, so on to the 7th. Zach Duke. He's going to go out for his 4th inning of work here, trying to soak up some of that bullpen stuff, keep this thing where it is.
Might be his last inning. He's due up 4th next inning. You know what this game needs?
A shark?
A shark. I mean, we got our shark-colored masks and shirts on. So maybe Roger Bernardino get into this game and energize this crowd a little bit. But right now, Zach Duke doing a nice job in his first outing as a Nats pitcher, keeping the ball down, get some good defense behind him. So far, so good. Like the changeup down the way to righties.
Unusual night because the Nats have played the Marlins so well in this ballpark this year. 5 out of 6 coming in, but the Fish have dominated down there. So here's Zach Duke, who in his day was known for working pretty quickly himself, and all of a sudden you look up and he's in his 4th inning of work here. Carlos Lee is 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Hits that ball well to left. Michael Morse can only watch it. Plays the carom. Chance for a throw to second. Lee on his way, but it's offline. And a leadoff double for El Caballo, Carlos Lee.
We saw this in South Florida with Lee. We've seen it for years with the Astros, the White Sox before that. When he hits a line drive, it stays hit. I mean, it stays in the air for so long. Creates tons of backspin with that swing, and that one almost knocked down the left field fence.
Here's Greg Dobbs, who's 2 for 3. Nats are getting the bullpen busy again. The Marlins have out-hit Washington 9-4. Ryan Matthews is up. Carlos Lee is just such an unusual hitter. He's a big man who doesn't hit for a lot of power in terms of home runs, but he always puts the bat on the ball. His career contact rate is just under 90%. And of course, that ball he just hit, if he was still in Houston, that's a home run. Not here. Zach Duke has given up 3 hits now in just over 3 innings.
Trying to keep this game in slam range. One swing of the bat. 5-run lead, way bigger than a 4-run lead when you're talking about late inning baseball.
And Brian Gorman out to hurry things along. He's thrown 4 more pitches than Steven Strasburg. Greg Dobbs is a smart hitter, good contact man. He got 411 at bats with the Marlins last year, by far a career high, almost twice what he ever got in Philadelphia. And he told me down in Florida he's learned now at the age of 34 about situations, and that's made a big difference. Right here, he'd like to be able to pull the ball against the left-hander, move that runner. But with that in mind, Duke keeping it away, ball 2. Pitch right in there. Bottom of the 6th, by the way, in New York. Mets trying to make some noise. They have runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 out.
Atlanta's going to win every game the rest of the year 1-0.
Hey, they got an earned run tonight because of the Hayward homer. Unless somebody dropped his foul pop-up right before that. A home run can be an unearned run if they would rule an error on something like that. We've seen that happen in this park this year. 3-2 now. Nobody out, 7th inning, runner at second base. Good breaking ball to strike him out. Zach Duke, second strikeout. Nissan will track it.
It's a big out right there. And Dobbs wanting to move the runner, like you said. It's a 3-2 curveball out in front. Good pitch. Keeps Carlos Lee at second base with one out.
Next up, Donovan Solano. 1 for 3. 2 hard hit balls and an RBI. Donovan Solano signed with St. Louis at the age of 16 7 years ago, in the minor leagues for more than 7 years. And then he signed with the Marlins as a minor league free agent last November. 2 balls and no strikes.
When you're getting a long look like he is this September, you have a chance to take advantage of opportunities, show your manager and the organization that, you know, A, you can be a good bench player because you can play in a lot of places and help your ball club that way, or B, if you really go off, show them that you might be part of their plans as a starter the following year. Getting a good long look by the Fish.
And a guy who would normally be playing second base for them, the former Nat Emilio Bonifacio, all kind of problems with his hand the last couple of years. He actually injured it and went back on the DL the last time the Marlins were here. Left thumb sprained. And Solano filling in quite nicely. Breaking ball, and he pops him up. Worth under it. Lee not going anywhere except back to second base. 2 outs. Just in case you haven't heard, Dierks Bentley is on the way Saturday, September 22nd. After the Nats take on the Brewers, tickets still available. Can't be many.
And if you haven't heard, you live under a rock.
Come on, come out and see Dierks. It'll be a great show. We're going to tell you about it until you do. That ball pulled down the line and hooking. Off the bat of Rob Brantley, who tried to go first pitch home run for the second time tonight. Former National Austin Kearns on deck. No balls and 1 strike. Duke's got a pretty good curveball working now. And he has Brantley in the hole, 0-2. Brantley has homered, walked twice.
Show it for a strike, maybe in an 0-2 count. You show it for a ball now, and the hitter has to commit. There it is.
Yes, sir. In the dirt. It'll require a throw, and that'll get this game to the 7th inning stretch. 4 solid innings by Zach Duke in our nation's capital. The Nats still 4 down.
The offense from the Nationals has been a big topic of discussion, but all season long, the defense has been solid, especially when it comes to the infield, and countless plays like we've seen from Ian Desmond, like we just saw in the last inning tonight. I talked to Danny Espinosa about what it's like to be a part of it and how he put this infield up against any in the big leagues.
I don't know a lot of people that can say that they have a better infield than us, especially range-wise. I think range-wise we take a lot of base hits away from guys. I'm sure that we make routine errors that everyone makes, but you're human, you're not going to be perfect. So, but range-wise and just I think the guys on our infield take such pride in their defense that I think it cuts down a lot of base hits, and not many guys get on base.
Danny Espinosa, known for being one of the hardest workers on this ball club, he said, you know what, it's all about putting in the work to make hard plays routine. You do them over and over and over, put in the work and make those routine plays look easy, and these guys have been doing it all season long.
Well, this is definitely not a routine play. Ian Desmond had to go so far for this. Just laying out, showing you that he's going to take all kinds of hits away. I'm sure Stanton thought that one was going to drop. Zach Duke approved. Giancarlo Stanton, I don't think he approved, but he hit his 31st of the year, so probably not that upset.
Well, Jacob Turner is done for the night. Ian Desmond will be looking at 31-year-old Carlos Zambrano making his 33rd appearance of the year. He's made 20 starts. He's 7-9. And finding a little new life here with the Miami Marlins. Desmond cranks one to center. I mean, he hit that ball so hard in midair, it changed directions. It looked like it was heading for left center. Might have been a knuckleball, but he squared that thing up.
Probably was. Anytime you see a ball hit to center field, change directions, it means you hit it squarely. This will show it, right? Got a little knuckle action off the bat. Regardless, line drive single for Desmond here to start off the 7th. Leadoff man aboard, game on.
Well, can't be any tougher than facing Turner. 4 hits, 2 runs in 6 innings. And Espinosa greets Zambrano with an extra base hit. Desmond heading for third. Bo Porter says, go on home. The Nationals are back to within 3. For Danny Espinosa, a 9-game hitting streak.
Instant offense, 33rd double of the year for Danny Espinosa. Ian Desmond, a laser beam up the middle. Danny Espinosa, a laser beam to left center. And just like that, you got a 3-run ball game. And Sean Cunningham, the Marlins trainer, is coming out to the mound to check out Carlos Zambrano, Randy St. Clair, Ozzie Guillen. Big time meeting at the mound right now for the Fish.
2 tremendously hard hit balls. The Nats have Suzuki due up. Chad Tracy has a helmet on and a bat. Ryan Webb will get ready if needed. Well, Ozzie amusing everybody with something. And suddenly this is a hit or 2 away from being a brand new ball game. I think the Nats are back in the game now. Still 9 outs to play with, and Zambrano stays and faces Suzuki. And it was Tracy on the dugout step with a helmet, but now Steve Lombardozzi steps up and again we mentioned that maybe Chad Tracy appears later.
And how many times we said it this year, Carb, you got a guy out there dealing, you just want anybody else on the mound. Yeah. Doesn't matter who. Right now that anybody else is Carlos Zambrano.
Facing Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki is 0 for 2 career against Zambrano. And of course the MO against him when he was a starter, get something going, he can lose his cool out there in a hurry. And now Lombardozzi has departed the on-deck circle, and Chad Tracy is in there. Davey might be thinking here, get another base runner, get him while you can, because then you've got a whole nother cycle of the lineup ahead for the next couple of innings. So sometimes you save a guy too long, you may never get to use him.
Right. Well, regardless, the crowd is back into this baseball game.
Oh, they're liking this. And I know some of them have been here all week. Here comes Lombardozzi again. All right, I give up. Suzuki to the gap. It's going to be a 6-4 game. Espinosa scampers home. The Nationals back-to-back-to-back hits. And they are just 2 runs down.
A little instant offense once again. How about Kurt Suzuki with the adjustment? Been pulling the ball so nice lately. But gets a pitch out over the plate, decides to drive it the other way, and that's a good professional at bat. If you're going to miss to the right side, at least you move the runner with nobody out. Suzuki, a thinking man right there with a good game plan, hits a ball in the gap, and is rewarded with a double and an RBI for playing the game the right way.
And Ozzie Guillen cannot get Carlos Zambrano out of this game quickly enough. Lombardozzi is next. He could be bunting a runner over to third to make this a 1-run game. This call to the bullpen, packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics. Bryce Harper and Jason Worth, and of course W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason? They've got the big faces going out there. There they are.
Those are rally heads. Big time rally coconuts.
Ryan Webb in for the Marlins. 4.33 ERA. This guy can bring it. 37 strikeouts against 14 walks.
Two-seam fastball, slider change. Two-seamer run all over the place. It's in the mid-90s. We'll come back at you the other way with the slider in the low 80s. And mix in an occasional change, only 7% of the time in the mid-80s.
Lombardozzi in there because he could move Suzuki to third with nobody out. And that's why Greg Dobbs is on the grass. Carlos Lee set to charge from first if needed. Lombardozzi, the pinch hitting appearance here. Lombardozzi as a pinch hitter, 6 for 18. He has 6 sacrifice bunts on the year. And of course, I thought Davey might send him up as a decoy. He's got a chance to beat it. Safe! The ball gets away. It's a 6-5 game. Suzuki scores.
This place is going nuts. You play the game the right way, good things happen. Steve Lombardozzi off the bench, pulling the ball, trying to advance Suzuki. Hits it to the right side. Solano can't make the play, and just like that, how quick was that? A 6-5 game.
Nobody out here in the 7th.
Rally lids, rally coconuts. We got it all going on right now. Lombardozzi pulling the ball to the right side. Nice play by Solano to get to that. But Carlos Lee doesn't come off the base. The ball tails just far enough away to allow Kurt Suzuki to score the 5th run of the night for the Nats.
They're going to give the air to Solano, but Lee's got to come off the bag and catch that ball. So here's Jason Worth. Tying run is on base. And it occurred to me, FP, just as Webb was about to throw that pitch, maybe Davey might switch off. Everybody in the place expecting a bunt. Maybe he switches off and let Lombardozzi swing away, and he did. And it pays off.
Yeah, I thought he might let him swing away right there. When you're down by 2, you want him on as well, representing the tie and run, so you just don't want to give up an out. Maybe in the 9th inning, in a 1-run game, but 2 runs down, no.
Worth guides it to the right side. They'll go for the lead runner and get him on a fine play by Solano, who goes 4-6.
A risky play by Solano. But he did a nice job of keeping the tying run at first base in the form of Jason Worth. Worth trying to hit behind Lombardozzi right here for a little 1st to 3rd action. Solano going far to his left, throwing across his body. A perfect feed to Reyes to get Lombardozzi. And now we'll probably see the left-hander to face Bryce Harper.
They've been warming up Dan Jennings. So Webb faces 2 batters, gives up 1 hit. The Nats are right back in this game, and it's a bullpen parade for the Fish. This weekend, it was 6-2 for a long time. It's now 6-5. The Nats making big time noise here in the bottom of the 7th. They've still got 2 outs with which to work, and Bryce Harper will be facing a left-hander in Mike Dunn.
On August 4th, Bryce Harper faced Mike Dunn, got a curveball all over the plate. What'd he do with it? Big time home run, upper deck job. And that was on a curveball. So Dunn is a fastball, slider, curveball guy. The fastball's in the mid-90s. It'll be interesting to see what he features to Bryce right here, right now, with the game on the line.
That was a homer right after a 3-run shot by Danny Espinosa. And evidently Bryce has been around forever. That led to a come-from-behind 10-7 win over the Marlins. So we have seen this story before between these 2 ball clubs. So Harper against Dunn, 2 for 3 career with that home run.
You got to pay attention to Jason Worth right here, representing the tie and run at first.
You know how he loves to use base running to influence a ball game.
Well, I think you hang out right now and leave that hold open for the left-handed hitting Bryce Harper. maybe with 2 outs, if you're still on, you steal second. That's a huge advantage to a left-handed hitter, having that hole on the right side.
And this could be a one-batter appearance for Dunn. Harper unable to get to that breaking ball. Marlins are warming up another right-hander, A.J. Ramos. An announced crowd of 28,533 tonight. Sure looks like more and definitely sounds like more.
The stadium might start actually moving if Harper goes deep.
Good eye, 2-1.
You throw 95, you're behind in the count. Do you go 2-1 fastball right here to the left-hander, or do you pull the string with a slider or a curve?
Knowing this is your one man to face tonight. That's a called strike, not a swing. That's how good of a pitch that was.
He went slider to 2-1 count, so brought in the lefty to face a lefty. They go slider. Was it a strike? Didn't call it swinging. Off the plate, gets the call.
Yeah.
And if you're Bryce Harper, you got to throw that one away. You got a big strike left. Fastball away.
He missed his spot, got the inner half, and struck out Harper. So does Dunn stay now to face Ryan Zimmerman, who's 1-for-1 career against Dunn, plus a walk.
Yeah, all the way back to the first inning, Ryan Zimmerman. A sinker down and in, drove it out of this park to make it 2-0 to answer the Marlins 2 in the top of the first. And they are leaving in the lefty right now to face Ryan Zimmerman. Now the steal is definitely in play with Jason Worth.
Strike call, tailing fastball. So Zimmerman's at bat will decide whether Ozzie Guillen left Dunn in one hitter too many.
Done a 1-4 to the plate right there. That's slow enough to steal if you got a read on his move. More the way things have been going, you just sit back, relax, and hope he hits a jack. A lot of times as a base runner, when you see a pitcher and a catcher do this, I'm not talking about Ryan at the plate, but Jason at first, you're thinking he put down a pitch out sign and he doesn't know the sign. I mean, if you sit there and fire down that sign 3 or 4 times and then there's a conference, maybe Ozzie Guillen is thinking, I'm going to pitch out right here, but 1-1 count to go to 2-1, I don't know. You'd have to be 100% sure that Worth is rolling, and I don't know that they are.
That's a fastball that misses. He's thrown 3 consecutive heaters to Ryan Zimmerman here. Ryan has homered and tripled tonight.
Game on, get a heater, let it fly.
Breaking ball, hard hit, and Reyes right there. The Nats come up big in the 7th inning with 4 consecutive hits. They score 3 runs right back in the game, and it's a 6-5 contest. Espinosa and Suzuki, the RBIs. Choose Cox high-speed internet at Cox.com. Check it out this weekend. Short outing for Steven Strasburg tonight. Ryan Zimmerman has 7 total bases and really hit the ball hard a moment ago. Giancarlo Stanton always doing damage in this ballpark. A double, a home run of his own.
How about the job Zach Duke did in his debut as a Nationals pitcher? Did a nice job. 4 innings, gave up just 3 hits, 1 earned run. Did a nice job of keeping his team in the ball game. Kept the ball down. Got some big outs when he needed to. The changeup was nice. The curveball was nice. And the fastball was just respectable enough to keep hitters off balance. I'm still going back to that play in the 5th inning when Jacob Turner was up there with 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and he laid down a bunt that did no good and
just gave the Nats an out.
I circled that on my scorecard to be a big play in this game, and right now it's looming large.
Austin Kearns hitting for Mike Dunn. Top of the 8th underway. Matthews against Kearns. First pitch outside. Austin, the former Nat, who's had a good year pinch hitting for the Marlins. 10 for 30 with a homer and 5 RBIs.
Pretty good pitch right there. Didn't get the call.
Right-handers don't like that hard sinker in there.
And get a big league hitter in a 2-0 count. You throw 95 on his hands. He's sitting fastball. And if Matthews can put that pitch where he wants it with that velocity, that's about all you can do with it.
Misses up and in.
And check out that last pitch again. 2-1 fastball, 2-seam variety, 93 miles an hour strike. Just off.
That ball laced down into the left field corner. Michael Morse had to wait and see whether it was going to deflect out in front of him, and got into the deep corner, and then he was able to retrieve it to keep Kearns at second base.
5th double of the year for Kearns. Good at bat. A 3-2 fastball in the inner half. We haven't seen too many right-handers keep that ball fair. But I believe that was a four-seamer from Ryan Matthews, so not a lot of sink on it. Kearns looking fastball. Got the head out. And now it's up to Brian Peterson to get him over to third or better with nobody out.
Austin Kearns, one of the best pinch hitters in baseball this year. Now 11 for 31. That ball deadened and foul off the bat of Brian Peterson, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. And a very damaging walk to start the game. Got Steven Strasburg off on a wrong foot. Gave up 2 runs in that first inning by the time he got the third out. So 1 pitch for a bunt, then a swing away. Got him on a fastball up and away. Ryan Matthews doesn't all the time live high in the zone, but he lived well there.
We've talked about this before. As a hitter, sometimes you get in between. Am I bunting the guy over? Am I swinging away? First pitch bunt from Peterson, foul. He decides to try to roll over a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Not an easy thing to do for a left-handed hitter.
$37 more from the Washington area Toyota dealers to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. 6 strikeouts tonight by the Nats staff. He goes with a breaking ball, gets a strike to Justin Ruggiano.
You know, as a left-handed hitter, Carp, in those situations, I would always lay the bunt down because it's so hard to pull a mid-90s fastball that's moving away from a left-hander. You almost have to dive out there, roll over, start early. It's not easy. So instead of fighting that, especially for a little guy, just bunt it to third, come back to the dugout a hero. Not easy to pull a 95-mile-an-hour sinker from the left side.
Matthews gets a grounder. Zimmerman can't reach it. Desmond can't corral it, but with a play right in front of him, Austin Kearns does not advance. That'll be a base hit for Justin Ruggiano. First and second, but now a couple of great hitters coming up.
And I thought this kicked away far enough to where Kearns was thinking about going to third, and then that would have been a good thing for the Nationals. Desmond stays on top of it. I don't think he had a play at first base. Ruggiano can run a little bit. Anytime you have a center fielder hit a ball that far in the hole, it's a hit.
Jose Reyes, almost impossible to double up from this side of the plate. That's a slow roller. They'll take the 1. Good decision by Danny Espinosa. And now you could walk Giancarlo Stanton if you don't feel like pitching to him with first base open. Then you'd be dealing with Carlos Lee.
Well, if you have confidence in Ryan Matthews to throw strikes, you can think about walking Stanton right here, meaning to load the bases for Lee. But if I remember right, Ryan Matthews handled Stanton last time he faced him in Miami. Got a big out in a big situation, struck him out on 2-seam fastballs down and in.
Giancarlo Stanton is 0 for 4 against him. That was a late swing.
Stanton likes to get extended.
And that plays right into this guy's repertoire, doesn't it?
Yep. Got to execute it.
There it is. Giancarlo lays off. Matthews struck Stanton out in the bottom of the 6th inning a week ago Wednesday. Right after the Marlins had scored a couple of runs. Nats would tack on 3 more and win the game 8-4, but it was tight at that time. Went with a breaking ball there and missed 2-1.
Give him something to think about on the other side of the plate. Maybe a little bit slower before you go back to that two-seamer down and in.
He threw in another breaking ball. Diving. 2-2.
Had me too right there. I was cheating on that fastball down and in. He dropped the slider. Good call by Suzuki. Good execution by Matthews.
Suffice to say, that was strike two on everybody in the ballpark. We were all taken aback by that one.
Well, I was stepping in the bucket and leaving early for the fastball. Like that.
Two on, two out, and a 2-2 pitch.
Huge pitch in this baseball game.
To a man with 2 extra base hits tonight. He did swing, says Brian Gorman.
How big was that?
That is huge. Another 0 on the board for the Nats. 4 in a row, and here come the bats with LaRoche, Morse, and Desmond due up. Get together. These two teams have been going at each other tooth and nail for 8 years, and the Nats in a comeback bid tonight still have 2 innings with which to work. LaRoche, Morse, and Desmond coming up. AT&T fact of the game for you. Second player with 5 homers in a series this season, and the first ever for this franchise. I think you might be able to guess who the other one was. That was Josh Hamilton.
He's homered in 4 consecutive games, according to Elias. He became just the 6th player in MLB history to homer in every game of a 4-game series. His company? Nobody big. Johnny Bench, Lou Gehrig, Hank Greenberg, Babe Ruth, and Mike Schmidt. Wow.
Wow. A.J. Ramos is the pitcher you saw. He is out of Lubbock, Texas. 26 years of age. Oh my gosh.
Rally Sasquatch. Here we go.
Ramos, a rookie. Nats have never seen him. Adam LaRoche 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. The way this team's been hitting home runs, 1 swing to get right back even here, and the count's 1-1.
Ramos a 3-pitch guy. Fastball, slider, cutter, so everything moving in to a lefty away from a righty, except for the fastball.
Only his second big league appearance, by the way.
He'll sink it at 95.
1 inning of major league experience, and he grounds LaRoche right to Donovan Solano. So the Nats were not able to get Lombardozzi beyond first base last inning. Worth traded place with him. Places, and then Harper and Zimmerman retired. Now trying to refire the offense for 1 more run or 2. Tyler Clippard in case that happens. Gotta let him sing, don't we?
That's the best. Miss the high note, give yourself a standing O every time. I love it.
Michael 0 for 3 tonight.
I mean, I couldn't swing at the first pitch if I was the Beast. I'd have to take it just to listen to everybody sing.
Breaking ball, it's nasty. One side of the plate to the other. Ramos, first Marlin ever to strike out all 3 batters he faced in his first big league appearance. He did that to the Brewers. Target is in means fastball, doesn't it? He missed his spot. It was out over the plate, and Morse didn't get to it.
That ball cut at 95. This guy's got some electric stuff.
Everybody in baseball throwing a cutter now?
If you don't, you're not cool. Everybody's doing it.
Target up. Morse drives it right center. This ball is gone. Tie game.
That guy just got the Nats a run. Little rally Sasquatch. What a swing by Morse. That's the first home run since his grand slam against the Mets, 13th of the year. And this place is going nuts again. Love it. You might want a curtain call from the Beast.
It took 2 hours and 43 minutes, but the Nats are back even. And now the lead runs on base with Ian Desmond.
How about meaningful September baseball? What do you think? This place is rocking. Check out this swing. Short, compact, right to the ball. A lot like Giancarlo Stanton's home run. A fastball in the inner half. He pulls the hands in and drives it the other way, and it just got out to tie this game.
Nice catch, buddy.
Maybe a little helmet tap somewhere around here. And the Larry leadoff starter kit does its job.
Now a base hit by Desmond. The lead runs on. Espinosa next. And the rookie A.J. Ramos, who struck out all those Brewers, just got a taste of what it's like to face the red-hot Nationals.
I mean, are you having any fun yet at all? How good is this? I think you play this straight up and swing away with a hot hitter.
He wasn't going to give a first pitch fastball to Danny Espinosa.
I mean, he could hit and run, but he got good speed at first base. I just think you play it straight up and let him swing and hope he hits a gap.
Or a seat or a bullpen.
Or a beard, or a big head.
Desmond, 16 out of 20 stealing. Showed us that he's back close to 100%, if not there. Running the bases well, stealing a bag in the 5th inning last night. That's Espinosa way out ahead of 92. Left-hander Dan Jennings, former Nat Chad Gaudin, the right-hander. The Nats started this last inning against Carlos Zambrano. Jacob Turner will not get a win. Steven Strasburg is off the hook. Now the Nats trying to go ahead and win the thing. And the 0-2, Danny locked up on a pitch in the dirt, strikes out for the second time tonight. Suzuki 1 for 3 with an RBI double.
If Ian Desmond is feeling 100%, look for him to go early right here.
Why not? What do you got to lose here? Tracy steps out on deck.
Yeah, Ramos at 1-3-1-4, which is respectable. But with Ian Desmond's speed, if he gets a good jump, he can rip a bag.
You know, maybe the answer to that 100% thing is that play he made back in the 6th inning. Guys with a bad hammy don't make that play. And we saw him steal a bag last night. High in the air to left, it's playable for Brian Peterson. But the Nats now will put all the pressure on the Marlins. They battle back to tie the game. Michael Moore's 13th of the year. It's been a while, and he drove that one right over the scoreboard. It was catchable, but not by any Marlins. It's a couple $100 more on top of the one Zimmerman hit earlier tonight for the Children's National Medical Center. $200 for every Nats homer. And how about 161 on the year now? And that's from our Washington area Lexus dealers. Well, in a lot of cases, the home team brings in their closer in a 9th inning tied situation. He can't get a save, but Drew Storen will get this call.
A good luxury to have if you're Davey Johnson. You bring in a guy like Drew Storen, 2 fastballs, 1 2-seam, 1 4-seam, both in the mid to upper 90s, touched 97 occasionally, slider and an occasional change in the mid to upper 80s to go with it. His job, obviously, keep this game right where it's at.
Haven't checked in for you on the Atlanta game in a while. They are batting in the top of the 9th, leading 2-0 at New York. Here in the 9th in Washington, Carlos Lee leads off. He's 1 for 3 with a sac fly. Carlos Lee against Drew Storen, 1 for 5 career with a double. Breaking ball, a beauty. Drew still trying to get the command and the bite on that slider. 23rd appearance, 3.63 ERA. And Lee took a big cut. Greg Dobbs is next here in the ninth, followed by Donovan Solano. By the way, in the bottom of the ninth, the Nats have the number 9 spot and then the top of the order. Storen gets a tapper from Carlos, who was reaching.
Sean Cunningham going to come out and look at Carlos Lee, and I got news for you, Sean. There is not a whole lot you can do for what just happened, except for be a really nice guy and ask him if he's okay.
One o'clock game tomorrow. Ross Detweiler and Mark Burley. 1:35 on Sunday. Edwin Jackson and Ricky Nolasco. A lot of seats available. Zimmerman bobblehead tomorrow. Nationals.com. Check it out for all your ticket and promotional item information. And a reminder, if you come tomorrow for the Zimmerman bobblehead, you must enter through the center field gates. One ball and 2 strikes.
You talked about it a lot, Carp, in Miami, that the adjustments that Carlos Lee makes in 2 strikes, spreads out, takes a little bit out of his swing, almost goes no stride just to put the ball in play.
Dan Uggla just homered in New York, 3-0 Atlanta. Top of the ninth there, top of the ninth here. 2-2 pitch. Storen with a breaking ball, and he gets a fly ball to left field. Michael Morse is there in plenty of time. As we reach the 10 o'clock hour, advantage home team. Marlins passed up a chance back in the 5th inning to add on to their lead. 1 inning later, Ian Desmond made an incredible defensive play that, even though nobody was on base with 2 outs, seemed to wake everything up. And then the Nats started to hack in 1 inning later. A 3-run 7th on 4 hits. And then the dramatic Morse home run, bottom of the 8th. Greg Dobbs a double. Left side, single, pull side. 2 for 4 tonight. And that's a single to the pull side again. Guy's just a good hitter. Getting a lot of ABs for the first time in his career. And Greg Dobbs is now 3 for 5 against Drew Storen. Next up, Donovan Solano.
And Espinosa shading Dobbs up the middle because of the sink and the velocity on the Drew Storen fastball. Dobbs got around it, pulled it for a hit.
Solano 1 for 4 with an opposite field base hit. 2 steals in the 5th after a fielder's choice. That ball almost thrown away. First base coach Gary Thurman was ducking. Adam LaRoche was reaching. And that ball was heading over the tarp. .94 on the edge. Mets have their leadoff man aboard in the bottom of the ninth. I think you know who they're facing. Craig Kimbrel with a 1.23 ERA and 34 saves. Look like Steve Cishek out there, their current closer. Runner goes. Ground ball right behind him, and Espinosa misses it. First and third, one out. Danny Espinosa reached the ball, didn't make contact. And the Marlins, a corner situation, one out.
A little hit and run baseball from Ozzie Guillen turns out to work. Solano does a nice job of hitting behind Dobbs. It looked like Espinosa got over there in time. But he had a long way to go for that ball. And now, all of a sudden, the Marlins in business. First and third, one out here in the ninth.
Rob Brantley, their catcher, 1 for 2, homer, strikeout, 2 walks in between.
Don't know a whole lot about Rob Brantley as far as his bunting skills go, but the squeeze is definitely in play right now.
Dobbs, not a blindingly fast runner at third, but a good runner. And Ryan Zimmerman's prepared to follow him down the line. Line drive to center. Bryce Harper has a great arm. Here comes Dobbs. Here it comes. He is out.
I want to say unbelievable, but it's not, because we've seen it all season long. The arm of Bryce Harper. Wow. And a shallow line drive to center field. You're thinking, there's no way he's going to test this arm. He does. And it wasn't a good choice. What a throw by Bryce Harper once again. And this place is going nuts.
And hopefully it'll be right after this bottom of the ninth inning. How about Bryce Harper's throw to nail Dobbs at home plate, Ray?
Never ceases to amaze you, man. I mean, that's a clutch play. You've got to make the throw. It has to be a perfect throw. The ball wasn't that deep, but he got behind the ball, Johnny, and fired that thing. Perfect throw. Great job by Suzuki blocking the plate. Hard slide by Dobbs. They only have 2 people on the bag. In the dugout. Therefore, they didn't pinch run for Dobbs. He's one of their slowest guys on the ball club, and that played in our favor.
And, of course, Michael Morse tying this baby up in the 8th inning. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's go up to Bob and FP and see if the Nats can win it in the bottom of the ninth.
Well, to get here, you got to do something right, and the bottom of the ninth is upon us.
You know, the Marlins gambling right here. shallow fly ball. And I still say it's a gamble you have to take in a tie ball game in the ninth, but you know, Bryce Harper, time after time again, not just the strong arm, the accuracy of the arm. I mean, if this throws up the line, short hop Suzuki, there's a million things that could go wrong right there. He gives him a nice long hop, and as we've seen before, Kurt Suzuki, not afraid of contact, blocks the plate beautifully after he receives the ball, and I think Bryce Harper getting rid of it quick, with something on it, right on the money, gave Suzuki time to brace himself and put two hands on the glove and make a huge play in this game.
And we talked about this earlier. For whatever reason, the Marlins at the 1st of September did not call up any position players, and they are very short on their bench. Didn't really have anybody to run for Dobbs there, and Bryce Harper, I'm not sure it mattered who was running.
Vladimir Guerrero had the best arm I've ever played with, and guys used to run on him all the time because he wasn't very accurate. He'd short hop guys a lot of times, so you could see people take chances. It's just not the case with Bryce Harper. He's on the money every single time with something on it.
Former Nat Chad Gaudin, speaking of something on it, this guy can throw high to mid-90s. Chad Tracy leads off, and Chad career is 2 out of 5 against him. Tracy having a great season off the bench as a pinch hitter. Chad is 9 for 32 with a homer and 10 RBIs. Probably the two best pinch hitters of the year in the league in this park, with Austin Kearns and Chad Tracy. Tracy takes one outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I've seen a lot of baseball in my career. I've never been around a team that's this exciting on a daily basis. Not just once every week, not just once a month, but it seems like every single night something crazy happens, something entertaining happens, something exciting happens. This makes you shake your head.
Tracy gets jammed and pops it up short right center. Donnie Murphy just into the game to bat 9th on a double switch and play second base. 1 out, top of the order coming up. When this one's over, Nats Extra Post Game presented by W.B. Mason with Johnny and Ray in the house. By the way, the Braves have closed out that 3-0 win tonight.
Larry leadoff, directing traffic. And there's a Larry leadoff starter kit, and I think everybody should be wearing those to the ballpark.
That's got to be really comfortable when it's 90-some degrees.
Hey, if you're winning, it doesn't matter. Everything's comfortable.
Jason Worth base hit in the first inning, 1 for 4. Bryce Harper will bat here in the 9th.
How many kids are going to be Jason Worth for Halloween this year in the D.C. area? Trick or treat.
And Worth will take a strike on the outside corner. Chad Gaudin with a very easy 93 there. Worth career against Gaudin 0 for 4 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Lays off the breaking ball. What a take that was. 3-1.
We'll check it out from the side. Did he go?
Nats have probably caught a break. That ball out or that bat out in front of home plate. All that matters is getting Jason on base. And they will. And listen to the walk-up now for Bryce Harper. He has possibly saved the game already. Now trying to put the Nats in a position to win it.
First pitch slider down and in.
Godin trying to catch Worth walking off the bag. Fastball misses away. Actually, he changed up on him there. About 5 to 6 miles an hour difference. 88 on the changeup. 1-1. On the inside corner, strike 2.
A well-placed 93, inner half. Hit a spot, little run back, sinker at 93.
Then he goes changeup outside, and that was a real changeup. 6 miles an hour slower than the previous one. And now the count's 2-2 with a home run hitter and a triples guy already tonight on deck.
This pitch coming up important for a lot of reasons. If Jason Worth doesn't go in a 2-2 count, I would think Davey Johnson definitely sent him in a 3-2 count. So if this is a miss from Godin, it puts Worth in motion. If he's not going right here, and it doesn't look like it with that short lead.
Harper drives that ball to center. They're playing no doubles, so Ruggiano barely had to move to go back and get it. That ball headed for a gap. This game might be over. So Bryce Harper got every bit of it, and it'll be up to Zimmerman with 2 outs.
Well, that's why you play no doubles late in the game. And Bryce Harper absolutely pured this baseball. Had a little second gear right there where Ruggiano had to take a couple of steps back. Pretty good at bat.
Ryan Zimmerman now against Chad Godin. In their career matchup, Ryan's 0 for 4. First pitch breaking ball, a good one. Ryan's got a fight on 0-2, target away, strikes him out. And this one is going to the 10th inning. Marlins look reluctant to leave the field. Extra innings coming up. The Nats have tied it. More baseball.
for Jacob Turner. 2-strike count, and he lays down a bunt. And we thought at that time, well, hey, you're up by 4 runs. Go ahead and swing away. What's the worst thing that can happen? Took some good hacks his first couple of times up. Bunts there with 2 strikes, and I think Ozzie Guillen watered him to bunt. And then in the 7th inning, some instant offense by the Nats. Espinoza with a double. Suzuki with a single. And then if you go to the 8th inning, a big home run by the Beast to tie this thing up. So you get an extra add-on run right there. Maybe this game's over, but because Jacob Turner bunted with 2 strikes, the Nats still have life.
Yeah, Michael Morse completes the long road back with the 8th inning home run. Tyler Clippard takes over here in the 10th. By the way, the Marlins this year are 9-3 in extra innings, and on the road they're 6-2. The Nationals are 11-6, and they're 7-4 here at home. So both of these ball clubs are used to winning marathon games.
And hey, no guarantee that Jacob Turner is going to put a ball in play with 2 strikes, but up by 4 runs. You like the percentages if he did versus a bunt.
Donnie Murphy is in the game as the second baseman, and he'll lead off in the number 9 spot.
Maybe the smallest bench after September 1st I've ever seen in all my baseball experiences. The Marlins had 4 extra players, just 4 to start this game.
And when you consider one of them's a catcher, it's really 3, because you're just not going to use your backup catcher unless you're sure you're going to win or lose the game in regulation. Tyler Clippard against Donnie Murphy. 0 for 3 is Murphy career. He's made contact every time. Makes contact again. This will be close to the barrier. Adam LaRoche is under it, and he has it.
Well, that's good help from the home fans right there. Give an assist to everybody along the first base rail. I believe they get out of his way right here. Instead of reaching for the ball. Oh, well, he reached for it, but that other guy got out of the way. And maybe a last-second duck out of the way, but good play by Adam Kuhl. Nothing phases him. You could try to reach for a ball. He's still going to catch it.
Yeah, they kind of peeled off the hands and the glove there at the last second. Top of the order now, Brian Peterson. 0 for 3, pair of walks. Justin Ruggiano to follow here in the 10th. And a first pitch changeup is up and away. Not to be forgotten in all of this, the job that Zach Duke did for 4 innings, giving up a run on 3 hits, walked a couple of guys, pitched around most of that, and kept this game reasonable so the Nats could bat their way back in. And then scoreless innings by Matthews and Storen. That ball pops straight back. Cooper throwing the change for a strike, and it's 1-2. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted without any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Peterson aboard with 2 walks tonight, 1 a run in the first inning. That's close. Changeup missing, 2-2.
Can you replay the broadcast in that form?
Oh, is he going to be famous? Clippard jams him, and it's going to drop in right field. As Peterson got around, Worth covers it quickly to keep him at first. Brian Peterson on for the third time tonight, and that now barring a double play, Jose Reyes bats here in the 10th.
And nice job of digging out that heater right there. Peterson, a guy with 7 stolen bases, and we saw Ozzie Guillen go hit and run last inning. Let's see if he goes to the well again with Justin Ruggiano, and pretty good wheels on first.
Ruggiano will walk, a base hit, 1 for 4 tonight. Clippard holding the ball for quite a while. Up the middle, Desmond can't get it, and the Marlins going to have first and third with 1 out again. Justin Ruggiano hitting that ball extremely hard. He's on for the 3rd time tonight, and Jose Reyes, who can bunt, who can run, tough to double up, is the hitter.
He called it right on the screws from Ruggiano, and Desmond just over the top, probably by him. Good hustle by Peterson to get into third. Reyes, a tough guy to double up in this situation. Clippard has to be thinking about the punch out right here.
Jose Reyes' career against Tyler Clippard is 2 for 12 with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. And he takes a stab at a bunt, misses badly.
We saw that a lot during his big-time hitting streak this year, trying to lay one down. And the way he stabbed at it, you're wondering if the squeeze wasn't on right there and somebody missed a sign.
Yeah, he sure looked like he was trying to protect a runner, but nobody was coming. Peterson, a long conversation with his third base coach, Joe Espada. Change up low. And don't forget about the runner at first base. If the Marlins think Clippard's being slow, they might try something towards second base there.
Well, hit and run right here. If you get the ball on the ground as a run. You got a guy that can handle the bat. Pretty good wheels at first base. Be a big time gamble for Guillen, but what do you got to lose? Squeeze also in play.
Runners holding. Reyes drives it left center. Bryce Harper can't get there. 1 run will score and maybe more. Ruggiano cruising around third. Reyes heading for third. The throw in and not in time. And the Marlins lead 8-6. Jose Reyes, 2nd triple of the game and his 11th of the year.
Yeah, 3rd hit of the night for Reyes, and a big one. 1st and 3rd trying to get something up in the zone elevated. Looked like he sat on the changeup, let it get deep, went the other way. Harper with the big time gamble on the dive, doesn't come up with it. And now it's just everybody running around the bases. And if Jose Reyes didn't have somebody in front of him, that could have been an inside the park home run.
Tyler Clippard giving up 3 consecutive hits now. Giancarlo Stanton and some uncomfortable infielders playing in.
I'm wondering how long you go with Clippard right here in this situation. Should you need him in a save opportunity tomorrow?
Fastball away. Tyler had not pitched since Monday when he got the save in that 2-1 win over the Cubs. Gave up a couple of hits and a run, but held on to win it. So Michael Gonzalez up and throwing with Carlos Lee next, and then Greg Dobbs, the left-handed batter. Clippard missing, 3-0.
You would think Stanton swinging at anything out over the plate in this situation has to have the green light. They're just going to put him on.
They will now try to set up a double play. So Carlos Lee, who makes contact all the time, 1 for 4, sac fly stepping in. He's hit into 10 double plays this year, but he is primarily a fly ball hitter.
With LaRoche, Morse, and Desmond due up in the 10th. You get a ground ball double play right here. He's still got a shot.
Carlos Lee obviously looking for something he can elevate.
Now, funny, we saw a couple of back-to-back starts with Steven Strasburg. The Marlins sitting on his fastball all over his heater. And tonight against Tyler Clippard, it looks like the game plan is sit on that changeup.
Well, you're going to get it once or twice every at bat. Easier to hit than his elevated fastball. Well, Greg Dobbs has done his share of damage with 3 hits tonight. Double play in order here with 1 out. And Carlos Lee, swinging from the heels, will foul it back.
Well, if you're going to go for the punch out right here, maybe you climb the ladder with an elevated fastball. If you want the double play, maybe a well-placed changeup down in the zone. But I think so far in this game, in this appearance for Tyler, he's had trouble getting that changeup down. Maybe you throw over the first once to make sure Stanton isn't going.
Clippard working slowly in a 1-2 pitch. To him a changeup. It's lifted down the line. Michael Morse makes the catch. It's an easy score for Reyes. Pretty hard to tell a fielder to not make that play and give the pitcher another shot at possibly a strikeout. Michael goes ahead and makes the catch, and the Marlins have a 3-run 10th.
And I don't know if he knew Giancarlo Stanton was tagging up or not, but a heads-up play by Stanton on the backside to get into scoring position.
So Greg Dobbs will be the hitter. 3 for 5 tonight. And he will not be facing Tyler Clippard. Michael Gonzalez will come in for the lefty-lefty matchup. So Tyler Clippard retires 2 batters, walks a man, gives And as we mentioned earlier, oftentimes a manager will use his closer at home in the 9th inning. And tonight, Davey went with Drew Storn in that role, gave up a couple of hits. We got the dramatic play by Harper. And then Tyler Clippard unable to get the job done in the 10th. Gonzalez and Dobbs dueling here, and Michael will drop one in. Ray Dobbs' career against Michael Gonzalez, 1 for 2. So the Marlins have their closer, Steve Cishek, all ready. Dobbs will lift this one to short left. Michael Morris right there. Big inning for the Marlins. 3 runs on 3 hits. And the Nats down to their final 3 outs. Digit wins. And then if Edwin Jackson can take care of business, he will be right behind him. Edwin's won 9. He'll go on Sunday. The Nats have 3 outs to work with here. LaRoche, Morse, and Desmond coming up against Steve Cishek, the Marlins closer, who's taken over for Heath Bell and done a very fine job.
Yeah, 3-quarter guy, got a pretty good fastball, a lot of run to it. They'll go in the low 90s. Only throws it 60% of the time. He'll back it up with a slider in the low 80s. Occasional change up to lefties, but the guy's going to come right after you and throw strikes.
Right-handers hitting $174 against this guy. Lefties at 290. And he's pitched 9 games in his career against the Nats, and they've gotten some damage against him. A 4.82 ERA, but he's been better this year. Sidewinder brings it right in to LaRoche. Adam 0 for 3 with a walk. Pretty easy looking 94 right there. Adam hits that ball well, heading for the scoreboard. It'll hit at the base of the wall, and he is heading for second base. There's one.
Stay tuned.
Usually late night TV is full of comedy, but around these parts it's known for drama.
Well, it takes 2 bloops and a bomb to tie this thing up, and that definitely wasn't a bloop. LaRoche hit that ball on a clothesline off the fence in right field. First hit of the night for LaRoche. Had a good at-bat his first time up, lined out to right field. He has a double to show for the night, more importantly, and that's have a base runner.
Michael Morse, home run last time, 1 for 4. That ball kind of snuck by him. Michael against Cishek, 0 for 2 career. And the ball hits the umpire.
I got to play that. He's part of the field. Nats catch a huge break because I think that would have been an out.
I think that ball was going to be caught by Donnie Murphy. It hits umpire Tony Randazzo, goes into center field, and Adam LaRoche around to score.
When you're going good, you are going good. And now Ian Desmond represents the tying run. Watch this. Was he going to catch it? I think he was. It was right to him. A little deflection. Tony Randazzo wears one for the team. Everybody's saying play it.
Yeah.
Because he's part of the field, folks. He's like a sprinkler.
That ball deflects off the pitcher, then the umpire, and the tying run's in the batter's box with Ian Desmond. And he will go to right center. That ball's going to plug the gap. Michael Morse heading for third. Desmond with a double. Nobody out. Tying run in scoring position.
All I could do is laugh. This team does not give up. There's absolutely no quit in them. There hasn't been all season long. And why would you start now? 28th double of the year for Desmond. And here they come with the fast break offense. A great piece of hitting right there. Shooting the gap, got inside of it. Too much tail to catch up to. And I got second and third. Nobody out. In the bottom of the 10th. Here we go. Buckle up.
Randy St. Clair on his way to talk to his closer, who will face Danny Espinosa.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable turn of events in the span of about 4 or 5 pitches here.
Is it really, though? I mean, think about it. How many times have we seen this year? And I'm with you every single time we say it's unbelievable, it's unbelievable. We've been seeing it for 5.5 months.
Michael Morse is probably telling Bob Davidson, hey, watch this guy's move. We could use a balk right here.
He should run back to second and give Tony Randazzo a high five.
I'm just glad Tony's okay. That ball, very dangerous. So here's Danny Espinosa, 1 for 4 against Cishek. He's 0 for 5 career with 4 strikeouts. So Danny needs contact, and he can't get it there.
If you think about the small things right now, maybe take a shot with no strikes, but a well-placed ground ball to second base does a lot right here. It scores 1 run, and it gets Desmond to third as the tying run with 1 out.
With a hot Suzuki on deck. That's inside. Nationals 13 more hits tonight, 7 runs. Danny gets the breaking ball diving, and now he's going to have to fight to make some contact.
You go 2 ways right now if you're the Marlins. Try that 2-seam fastball away, which is tough to pull. Or you go with that slider on the back knee, the one he just swung over. Got to fight to put the ball in play right here.
Danny got a piece of it off the glove of Brantley. Michael Morse at third, and really good speed for the tying run. Ian Desmond behind him.
Interesting. Roger Bernardino just came out in the on-deck circle, and Kurt Suzuki was wondering if he was pinch hitting for him. I think he just came out to get some pine tar and went back down. He should be the 9-hole guy.
Espinosa late for that running fastball. And he's done nothing in his career against Cishek. 0 for 6 now with 5 strikeouts. And a big first out for the Marlins.
Yeah, 3-quarter release from Cishek, tailing away from Espinosa. He tries to go out there and hook it to the right side. Just ran out of bat. Big out for the Marlins.
Kurt Suzuki tonight, opposite field double RBI, 1 for 4.
Boy, the outfield for the Marlins is playing shallower than shallow. The gaps are wide open. I say we are not going any longer in this game. Stanton playing shallow. And look at where they're at. Trying to cut down the speed of Desmond on second. Should there be a base knock here by Suzuki?
He's never faced Steve Cishek.
I mean, that's how shallow you play when that's the winning run on second, not the tying run.
Suzuki out of the way of that fastball. I don't know how it missed him.
And 93-mile-an-hour tracer. Watch this. Wow.
Two balls and no strikes. Oh, he's amazing. A guy has one get away, then he paints on the next pitch.
Just tip your cap and say, nice pitch, go to work in a 2-1 count. You don't want to offer at that 2-0. That's not what you're looking for. Good pitch.
That's upstairs. The ball gets away, but close enough. Brantley keeps it. No advancement. Ball 3.
Yeah, good read by Morse. Good help from Bo Porter. Ball doesn't get far enough away. You see him looking. Stay right here.
Well, he doesn't want to walk the winning run on base. If ever Kurt Suzuki's going to get a fastball, it's right here. Bases are loaded with 1 out.
Bases are loaded for the Shark.
The whole crowd's doing the Shark here.
The whole crowd is doing the Shark. What a sight.
Roger Bernardino batting for Michael Gonzalez. He's 8 for 26 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. And his speed comes into play here because he's very tough to double up. Bernardino is 1 for 2 career against Cishek. That's a running fastball that had him jumping back, but it caught the inside corner.
Good pitch, good spot. You don't want that 0-0. Good take.
Top of the order next with Jason Worth. Bernardino fighting for contact here. Cishek will strike out 2 left-handed batters. Espinosa and Bernardina, 2 outs.
Right after him with the heater. 3 fastballs. First pitch, front hip job, came back for a strike, and then 2 out over the plate at 94. And all of a sudden, Cishek got real aggressive with the heater.
And I mentioned earlier, FP, this year left-handers had hit him 290 coming in. Right-handers at 174.
Well, it's up to Jason Worth.
And that breaking ball way outside. By the way, they're playing so far behind Kurt Suzuki, the winning run. He'll be able to get a big lead off of first in case a ball's in the gap or finds a chalk line somewhere. Worth will take a strike. Davey has 2 other catchers, of course, and would have the option to run for Suzuki. If it was the tying run, he probably would. And Worth can't reach that breaking ball up and away. Suddenly, Cishek is denying contact from everybody. I'm not sure how Jason Worth reached that pitch.
And it's just a little extra extendo on the slider. Watch it, last minute reach just to get a piece and stay alive.
Tying runs at second base here with 2 outs. Worth strikes out and the game is over. Steve Cishek digs himself into a huge hole and then strikes out Espinosa, Bernardina, and Jason Worth to end it.
Pretty good fight. Sleep fast, get them all.
So the Nats come up with 1 in the bottom of the 10th and drop this one 9-7. Long night for FP and Christina. Bob Carpenter will try it again tomorrow. 12:30 Nats Extra. Mark Burley for the Marlins and Ross Detweiler for the Nats. This has been a Masson presentation. Stay tuned now. Nats Extra brought to you by WB Mason. Johnny and Ray here at the ballpark coming up in just a moment. And from the booth, what a battle this was. So long for just a while.